And we are back. Happy end of the week, I guess. Sort of. We're getting there.
Happy weekend.
Yes. Happy weekend.
Happy Friday.
Whatever day you're listening to this. Happy Tuesday if that's the day.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Ash Wednesday. Was it Ash Wednesday yesterday?
Yes.
How come you don't have any ash on your you took a shower?
Yeah, you're allowed to do that.
Oh, I thought you
I also didn't go get my ashes, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
I used to have to go to school with that on.
I didn't see much ashes.
Yeah, you used to see it all the time in the street. I didn't see much of it either.
Not religious anymore? People don't care? It's just like...
Yeah, I think so.
Taxes and that's it?
No, I just think our parents just did the Catholic thing wrong. So my generation, like after 18 was like, you mean I don't have to go?
Yeah.
And you know, we're spiritual.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Spiritual.
Oh yeah, I say my 10 Our Fathers in the morning.
That's
3
it.
Hail
That's all
Marys,
you need.
especially after this week.
You're covered.
Father, I have committed murder. You good?
It's all right.
Yo, don't do that shit again.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all right.
Help us at our bake sale.
Yeah.
You'll go to heaven. But yes, I haven't got my ashes in a while, so I guess that would mean Easter is this Sunday?
No.
I'm a terrible Catholic.
No. Easter is a couple Sundays from now, babe.
Okay.
Easter's on 420.
I'm thinking of Holy Thursday, Good Friday, then to Easter.
So yeah,
I thought Ash Wednesday.
So yesterday was Ash Wednesday, right?
Then there's Palm Sunday.
It was last week? But
I'm a terrible Catholic.
It's interesting how it's Ash Wednesday and this year Easter is like 420. So it's like kind of ties into like ashes.
I see where you're taking them.
Smoking 420.
Mm-hmm. Phoenix rise from the ashes.
I mean, listen, man.
Do you have 420 plans? I mean, I know we're a little bit away. I'll have Easter plans, of course, because clearly I'm still very involved in the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
You, on the other hand, will be a degenerate smoking up all the devil's lettuce.
I'm just remember when like sneakers used to be a thing on Easter? Like get all the like the new releases.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That was a thing.
It's a few releases that I'm looking forward to, a few Air Maxes that's dropping that I need.
I wonder why they did that, because like, did anyone ever
You got to get fresh for Easter, that's why.
Yeah, but if you're buying the sneakers that day that they drop, and who gets like Easter money?
No, it's like the week.
Okay.
Easter week, the sneakers drop.
I wasn't allowed to wear fresh sneakers. It was hard bottoms on Easter.
Penny loafers.
Yes. The only time like we could kind of get something off would be the Wallabies.
Yeah.
That was the only time that you could wear.
Remember, was you a Hush Puppies baby?
No, Hush Puppies were like right before me. We were Wallabies.
Yeah, I did Hush Puppies.
We knew what Hush Puppies were, but the older kids were onto those. We never
did the
wore
Hush Puppies and Wallabies, yeah.
But anyways, I don't even know how we got down that
Easter,
topic.
man.
That's true.
Yeah.
He is risen. Christ will come again. With that said, boy, could I...
I'm not doing
You know what? I should have went to Ash Wednesday. I had to pray.
I'm staying away from that topic with you, man.
What you mean, man?
Nothing, man.
What you staying away from?
I'm just the topic. I see the timeline was you was fighting for your life.
We can't go through it unless we go through it.
Nah. We not doing that. I saw you on the timeline.
We have to face our fears.
No, we're gonna face the fears of your timeline beating you into submission over the last 2 days.
I'm a little sore. I can't lie.
Listen, fight back, man.
Nah, you can't fight back on the internet.
Man, you gotta fight back.
Nah, it's not a stand your ground state.
You attempted to fight back.
Man.
You attempted to fight back. With that, I know the internet killing me. It's fine. It's just my time. But you know,
I love when you do that.
You're gonna ignore
See?
the other. Like stop.
I love when you do that.
Because I got on there and I tried to fight for you, and then I saw it and I said, man, fuck that, and I deleted it.
Oh, did you? I didn't see that, but I appreciate it.
I was like, nah, y'all not gonna do my friend like that, because they were saying defund white Kappas, and I was like, you know what? Nah.
I agree. I mean, I agree though.
I was like, I'm not gonna do that to my friend. Like, don't do that to my friend. He was the first person to say Doechii had rap album of the year. Like, I was caping. I was like, nah, he good. It's your turn now.
I'm fine. No, I take my licks by my lonely, but I do appreciate that you sticking up for me.
Yeah.
But you can't fight back on the internet. They're undefeated.
They tried to beat you into submission. My guy JD, he been fighting for his life the last week and then some days now. All Jermaine Dupri asked was a question about what is it that independent artists want. And everybody's in this midget talking about JD must be going broke. He can't sign no artist. I'm like, this is Jermaine Dupri y'all are talking to.
That's what's interesting. Like, I understand, even if I don't agree, I understand my ass whooping on the internet over the past 2 days.
Yeah.
Even though I think they took Demaris completely out of context on how she's been with the Drake thing, I understood based off the information that they had why the stands would go at her. This JD thing is like, you guys have to be bored on the internet.
Nah, man.
I disagree with JD, but now we're gonna get into his pockets and his legacy. And he asked a fucking question on the timeline.
And it's a very specific part of the internet too. It's a very specific part of the internet that you can't ask questions about. You can't.
I felt so bad. Like, even when JD put up that clip that you was part of our podcast, and then he did his explanation. I was like, why is Jermaine Dupri one of the greatest? Like, I'm happy that I even got to be alive when Jermaine Dupri is alive. Like, that's the type of genius that we're talking about.
Right.
Why is he putting up a clip of dumbass me and having to explain himself?
Yeah.
I felt bad for that. Like, that gentleman should never have to explain himself.
But y'all can't say that Jermaine Dupri just asked the question and he got killed. Jermaine Dupri asked the question, people answer his question, and then he doubled down. He knew the answer to that question, but he doesn't agree with the answer to the question, which he showed when you guys called him. He doesn't agree that the freedom is important enough to be independent. He doesn't agree. He said that. He showed that in that conversation. He showed that in his replies to people on Twitter. He showed that when he went live. Like, he knew the answer to that question.
I don't think it was that. I mean, because like he said in the conversation, he had major deals and, you know, had his label and all of that. And like he said, he got the perks of being independent as well, because most importantly, he writes all his shit.
Yeah.
Now, everybody can't say that. Everybody doesn't have that talent or that luxury of owning their music because they write all of their music and they produce their music. So he's in a very unique situation when it comes to that. But I think what he was saying was, again, it's all what you negotiate. Had he not negotiated his deal that way, then he wouldn't be able to say that.
And granted, I mean, we talked about it after he got off the call. I still disagree with him and said he was in a unique place that he earned. That's why he's speaking from that. I disagree with him. I didn't think we should erase his entire legacy, take his MPC away, defund him. Like,
again,
that's where I'm at. I disagree with JD, but I don't think we should erase 25 years of the greatest fucking producer-writer catalog I've ever seen.
He just asked a question. Like, that's why all of this is hilarious. All he did was pose a question. And people was like, oh, JD.
No, I like the discourse, and I think there should always be debate online. I've participated in it for over a decade. It's just now getting to like a whole different level.
People want to argue.
Like, it's going into like livelihood shit where it's like, okay.
People just want to argue.
This isn't fun anymore.
Yeah, they just want to argue. I like it though. I love seeing people argue on the timeline.
Oh yeah. I mean,
like it.
It's great, but
they're a little insane. I got doxxed over the weekend on Twitter.
What do you mean?
Doxxed. Thank God it's an old address. My old address.
Like, you really mean doxxed?
I mean, they posted my old address. Thank God my address and my phone number are different. But yeah.
For what?
Doxed me. Because apparently I dissed Nicki Minaj.
Nice.
News to fucking me.
Oh, and when you said in actual fact that she was overly sexualized during her, which I believe she's probably said before, that they sexualized her while she was rapping her ass off and people were just looking at her ass. Yeah.
They doxed me.
Is that what's going on the internet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
That got sent. I didn't see it. That actually got sent to me. And my friends were like, Demaris, you need to do something about this. Like, we reported it. And I was just like, wow.
I will blow a barb's head clean the fuck off. They show up to my fucking door. I welcome it. Clean off.
Listen, man. Let me make a call to the Barbs, man. Let me see what's going on, man. Let me try to calm the people down.
I know you've been laughing up in your penthouse for the past few weeks.
About what?
Just the digital ass whoopings that Demaris and I have been taking. Peach made an incredible graphic, which I thought was hilarious that he posted. This is the Grim Reaper meme that's been going out.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, 2024, you took a bulk of the death.
Sorry, man.
Moved right down onto Demaris out of context.
I'm still here. They can't erase what we were.
And like any horror movie, you guys died first, but it came right to me.
Yeah.
I wasn't escaping.
Yeah, the blacks got to die first. You know that in the horror flick. You know how that goes.
Yeah, I made it to the third act.
Yeah. And then you found out that the killer is your close friend and he killed you, stabbed you in the belly button. I get it.
No, the whole, like, this has really been some fucking M. Night Shyamalan, I pronounce his shit.
Yeah.
Some John Grisham thing. Peach has really been the one behind dictating this entire thing. It's really him. It's the guy that you did not think was the serial killer at the end of the movie, and it's been Peach.
But how? But why?
I'm not blaming that last clip on Peach. That was all you. That was you.
I said let's go with the Hot Wings clip. That's a fact. I said, I think maybe we should just go with the Hot Wings one. Like, they're talking about that because I already knew where that was going to go.
Yeah.
And Peach he didn't clip it up bad, but I just knew the only way to clip it
Why
up.
do y'all blame Peach for clipping it up?
Oh, because we don't want to take accountability.
Yeah, but to say it's not the way he's clipping it.
Oh, with mine, it definitely was the way that he clipped it. But
No,
with yours,
they took it out of context based off you dancing. That clip was fine to what the conversation was.
No, even
then
before,
when
I got killed. When
revisited
that clip first dropped, I got killed. And I had to go in the comments when it first clipped and was like, hey, this is out of context. This is what happened. That clip, Peach cut that clip exactly where it was supposed to be.
What clip are y'all talking about?
So my middle clip, the viral fucking clip of our Kendrick conversation, before that clip, we were talking about the disses and what was being said in the disses. And you were ignoring everything else that was said, so I brought up what else was said. That's the missing context from that clip. As far as Rory's clip, there is no missing context. We started at the top of that conversation, and it was included in the entire clip.
There was not context missing per se in that. How the mentions that I did see, how they were replying to them, took my point and made it say something I was not saying, as far as her being an industry plant. And just me hating on her and she doesn't deserve this, that she didn't put any work in. They just made me say a whole bunch of shit that I didn't say, that I actually said the opposite in that 45-minute conversation of every point that they brought up. Even down to artists that have gotten verses from legends. I said before, they're usually signed to them. Every point that they were making out for me to seem crazy, I had said in that 45-minute conversation. That's what I'm saying with the context. I still stand by what I said as far as the Lauryn Hill Doechii bringing her out. I think it's going to be a lot of pressure to put on one artist. Now she really has to deliver. But with that said, yeah, a lot was missing in that entire conversation. But I don't care. I fully understood everything. I hate white hip hop heads too. Of course, I had to wear a Wu-Tang shirt that day. It's not even like my thing.
You had a Wu-Tang shirt on? Oh my God.
It was like the perfect narrative of who I'm not. They was all under saying like, and even though like I like MF Doom and underground hip hop, that's not. They painted me to be that guy, and that's not even me. Like
that ASAP.
I prefer music where they sell crack. Like,
yo, I just love the fact that it's not on me right now.
Yeah, no, you that guy. You definitely that guy.
I took my lickings, but I'm still standing. That means.
But see, that's fucked up because when you were taking your lickings, I was going down with you.
I didn't even know they was kicking your ass until like an hour ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't know that you was fighting.
I didn't really know like that until Peach said something to me earlier yesterday, and then I looked and I was like, "Oh God!"
Peach,
and then La Russell got a hold of it, and I was like, "Oh God!" Can we pull up La Russell's tweet?
La Russell on your ass,
painting me to be this person that I'm not.
Damn, La Russell. Damn.
I'm like, not my guy who I've supported.
That's
for so
not
long.
your guy. Then that's not your guy.
He said, Doechii is one of the greats. It's never too early to recognize greatness. There's no such thing as a premature flowers giving. She's great.
Yes, it is. La Russell, I love you, but it is a such thing as premature flower giving. Absolutely. I'm going to just stop him right there. It absolutely is a such thing as premature flower giving.
Okay. She's great and doing great things. She's not just tight. She gets it. She's putting something new in the pot. She loves art. She's smiling, enjoying her journey. Get off her dick. Now, everything La Russell said in this passage right here, I have said for over a year about Doechii. Matter of fact, I've been saying this about Doechii since 2020.
Yeah.
That's where I'm saying like, I get the hate, but now you guys are painting me to be this person that I'm not when it comes to supporting this artist or artists like Doechii. Because I was with the, hey, if she only sold 11,000 records and you can't get a Grammy off that, I don't give a fuck. If the Grammys got it wrong this time, they got it right because they gave it to a talented artist this time.
Right.
I have been on this the whole time. So when I saw La Russell do that, I was like, damn, the fuck?
Well, nobody gives a fuck about what you've been saying all those other past times. Like you said, they only care about the clips. But you have been the main one in this podcasting sphere that has been pushing that Doechii is one of the greats. You've been saying that. You came in here and couldn't shut the fuck up about that album.
2019, I was hitting Reason's phone every other day. Hey, can you get me a line on Doechii? I want to work with her.
Yeah.
I think she's amazing.
We were at the...
But I also think Lauryn Hill is just Lauryn Hill.
And that's one thing that I did want to bring up when I was defending you, but I was like, nah, fuck that. People are thinking you're putting Doechii down, but I don't think everybody knows how you feel about Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill is your real hove. So like you worship Lauryn Hill. You literally worship Lauryn Hill. So I think that I don't want to say not jealousy. It's not that you're hating on Doechii.
No,
it's just it's a
Lauryn Hill will
Lauren.
bring me out.
Yeah, it's a Lauren thing. It's just how you feel about Lauren. It has nothing to do with how you feel about Doechii. But it did come. But I was trying to save you in the middle of the conversation. Like, yo, this you sound like a hater. I was trying to save you. You wasn't biting.
I mean, it's cool. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have too much for this. I wasn't coming here to backtrack. I'm laughing with y'all. I agree. I fucking think white people should get out of this genre. I'm not going to return this equipment. Like it's expensive.
All right, but now let me
already put my eggs in this podcasting basket.
Let me add this to the pot of the conversation. Is it too early to call Doechii one of the greats? Like one album? I'm just asking. Like, do we call people greats off of one album?
I saw in the comments too, hey, Nas was called the great just after the Live at the Barbecue verse, and he worked with some of the greatest producers for Illmatic, this and that. And I felt them. And I saw a lot of people saying, yo, Nas was considered, once Illmatic came out, one of the greatest. And now I'm going to set myself up to look more like a hater when I'm not being one. Am I a hater for saying it's not Illmatic? Everyone under that shit was bringing up Nas. It was like, no, I get it. And I'm not taking Doechii down by saying, not. And this is where you can't win in podcasting. Because I want to say, hey guys, that's Illmatic.
Yeah.
Nah, clip this piece.
I get what you're saying though. But that's why I'm asking. That's why I'm posing the question. Like, can you call somebody great off of one album?
I think it's fine for La Russell to say right now, yes, Doechii is one of the greats. I think that's totally fine for anyone that is a fan of her to say. I think she's one of the greats of this new generation. I cannot wait to see where her career goes. But in the whole totality of things, which is what that convo was sort of about, of who Lauren is in the years that she has put in and what she has accomplished versus what a new artist that looks like they have incredible potential is, and just the marriage of those two things. That's all.
Okay, so what I do want to bring up is what other people's main argument is that other people were other people were on stage with Lauryn Hill.
Yeah, I know.
Like in that show. So it was kind of like, so why? And Doechii was the most famous one out of all of them.
For sure.
So why was that? Obviously,
yeah, we spoke about it. She brought out Foggy. Foggy performed. I'm not sure who else outside of Doechii and Foggy she brought out, but I did see Foggy was there.
I mean, I'll give the obvious answer. It's not the right one. Doechii is what the conversation was, and podcasting is a lot of the times about what the current conversation is. And at that time, as Rolling Stone has told us, Doechii hate is the main conversation. So we were talking about Doechii coming out, and that also was the biggest moment. And the comparisons, I think, are fair as far as their artistry and their style. I think that's a fair comparison. You can tell that Doechii was clearly influenced by Lauryn Hill, which is why I think we love a lot of her music. So that was really why that conversation was higher than the rest of the people that were brought out. But it is also a conversation, and I'm not saying it was the right way, but when we were coming up, it would be the younger artists would have the opportunity to bring the legend out as the cosign, not reverse. That was always the huge moment that the legend would come out and perform, and that would be the cosign.
My thing is this. You can make...
like in the beginning, Drake brought out Wayne, and that was the craziest shit. Like, damn, he brought Wayne out. And I mean, of course, he was signed to him, but it wasn't until Drake became Drake that Wayne would bring Drake out. Like, that's usually how it went.
All right, well, hopefully the internet ain't kicking your ass too much after this, man. You know,
I'm sure they are. I
mean, they took your words out of context a little bit, and you know.
I mean, and let's say they didn't. Everyone will be okay.
Hey, stand on that. Stand on that.
Literally, Doechii will be fine.
Yeah.
Who's ever watching that will be fine. Everyone will be fine. Lauryn Hill will be fine.
Listen, my motto is this: the first comes every month. Like, I don't care what y'all saying on the internet. The first is coming up. Pay your bills, nigga.
I had I won't say what group chat, but friends of ours were trying to put together. People that work in the music industry were jokingly trying to put together like a PR apology for me to come on here.
That's very funny.
And this is what I had written so far, because I don't want to give like hints on it, was trying to tell me not to double down like Andrew Schultz, or then she couldn't like be around me. She thought like I was finally an ally that she could bring around other black people.
Yeah.
So she was like, we need to put a press conference together. I will stand next to you, giving you the death eyes the entire time you read this. After meeting with various women, amongst whom are from the community that I've offended the most, I understand that I was wrong and that my actions have harmed many innocent people's lives. I will be checking myself in a mental health facility to truly address the internal issues that caused me to act out this way. Please give my family privacy during this time. Thank you.
Yes. You should have added in that you're gay at the end of that. Well, that really like sends it home after that. Once you say you're gay,
I should have started it with, I realize that I am a red flag.
Should have said, please leave me and my very black family alone at this time.
Oh, man. Jesus.
Anyways, speaking of people that are no longer invited to the cookout,
Yeah,
I got to go link with Alabama Barker.
What happened now? What's the latest and greatest with Bad Baby?
We are the two whites that deserve to get our ass kicked this week.
Yeah.
But at least I hope it's not completely over for me. Alabama Barker, man. Go back to your in-laws, reality TV, maybe sell some Skims. I don't really know what's going to happen with Alabama Barker.
Did Bad Baby drop another record?
Yes, she did. OG Crash Out.
Dropped
OG
another one.
Crash
Dropped
Out.
another one.
She is 21 years old. How is she calling herself OG Crash Out?
She heard Stripes already. She a young OG.
OG Crash Out.
Definitely a young OG.
All right.
We can't exactly play it. You know, on Patreon, we play the music, so we're going to do that on our Patreon episode. But
That's going to be a lyrical breakdown on Patreon.
I've never
Come
heard
Monday.
of
I haven't heard it. So I'm excited.
We're gonna play it for you later.
I want your full reaction. I want your full reaction.
I'm excited to hear Bad Baby because again, listening to the other tracks she put out, I was very impressed by the way she delivered those bars. And again, I don't know if she's writing that, but she delivered it like she is. So I want to hear what she had to say on a OG Crash Out.
Dude, there's been plenty of battles where I've seen people lose. Like even after back to back, I was like, oh, if Meek just keeps set down, stays focused, and puts out good music, he'll be all right. Like there's plenty of times artists have lost, and I was like, give it some time. Everything will be normal again.
Yeah.
I think this might be the first actual battle where it's over, nail in the coffin for the rapper forever.
Mm-hmm.
I know Ja got a little weird, but that had a lot to do with, the feds, and he still had clapback, like New York. Rule still put out records after that.
Yeah.
I think this is the first one we've ever seen. Like even when the bridge is over, the bridge was not over. Like everyone continued on. This is the first time I think it's over for a rapper forever after a battle. I don't think Alabama Barker can look at Pro Tools for the rest of her life.
Nah, I don't see. You got to at least let her fight back. Look at what her fight back game is like, at least, because she could drop something
3 weeks.
Yeah, but I mean, she still you can't rush the chef. You know that she might be cooking. She got to get intel. You know what I'm saying? She might be putting together some, video. Like you don't know what she doing.
What intel could you have on someone that was on Dr. Phil at 14, cursing her mother out, and then had a countdown till her 18th birthday for OnlyFans?
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. You don't know.
What dirt could you have on this one?
You don't know.
It's kind of the Freddie Gibbs methodology. Like the world knows all the worst things about me, so there's nothing that you can really say in a diss.
Yeah.
She said, and we're going to get into it on Patreon, but she literally said, you keep running back to your daddy. I don't know when the last time I seen my pops.
Gangster.
It's different.
You can't get into a battle with somebody that
We in a trauma
seeing
war?
their father.
We're in a trauma war.
I don't even care about seeing my father. Who you talking about? Who you talking to? OG Crash
And
Out.
who you talking to?
And who you talking to? OG Crash Out available.
I'm
now.
really excited for your reaction in real time on Patreon.
Yeah. Bad Baby. I'm gonna check out your OG Crash Out. I'm impressed by what was the name of the other one? The first one?
I think greatest
Miss
of all
Whitman.
time. Oh.
Miss Whitman. Ooh, she was skating on Miss Whitman.
And then we did the whole science of what Miss Whitman was. Like that was a whole deep.
She went crazy. That's what I'm saying. So Alabama probably got to get it. She knows she not. This ain't your average battle right here, Alabama. Get in your bag. You know what I'm saying?
No worry now.
Maul, I'm here to talk to you and all of the artists out there about our guys over at DistroKid.
Mm-hmm.
DistroKid makes music distribution super easy, and they never take a cut of your royalties, which to me is probably the most important thing, especially for the up-and-coming artists. It's the easiest way to get your music into all the streaming services and stores like Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, as well as social platforms like TikTok and Instagram. That's like one of the toughest things I feel like for up-and-coming artists. How do I even get my stuff on DSPs? DistroKid distributes your music to over 150 stores worldwide. Maul, I have been releasing music over, I don't know how many years, whether it be my stuff or people I'm working with. DistroKid is like the first step when it comes to figuring out what you need to do to get it out to the world. Without this step, nothing even really matters.
Your DistroKid membership also comes with a ton of free products and features to help you promote your music. Starting at $22.99, you can upload and distribute as much music as possible and keep 100% of your royalties. I like the sound of that, Rory.
Yeah.
Keeping 100% of your royalties is definitely a selling point. Sign up at distrokid.com.
Click our link in the description down below for 10% off your subscription. Eric Bellinger was on Trash Mag this week. I saw a clip that he had said Brandy Full Moon is the greatest R&B album of all time.
Love you, EB, but you tripping. And Full Moon is a classic R&B album.
I mean, Bellinger being the writer and vocalist that he is, I can totally see that Brandy and Full Moon would be a huge, huge influence on him and the GOAT that he is. But I disagree. Just going through certain R&B albums.
That might be his wife's favorite R&B album. You know, you get on a platform, you gotta, whatever wife he like, you gotta throw that out there. Like, yo, listen, that's the greatest.
It had me kind of thinking like how easily that could be debunked. And I wanted to ask you guys, Full Moon versus Confessions, what you taking? We're going with the number one greatest R&B album of all time. And I just want to name a bunch to see if...
There's some people who will argue with you
What
on
you
that,
think I'm
but-
taking? What you think I'm taking?
Full Moon?
In your heart. What you think I'm
In my heart?
Yeah,
I think I'm going to go with Confessions.
exactly.
I must confess.
Yeah, come on, man.
I personally would go with Confessions as well. Marvin Gaye, what's going on? I mean, Soul, I still consider it R&B. Do you?
Yeah.
Full Moon or what's going on?
Probably Full Moon.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. I wouldn't have guessed that. Demaris?
I would probably go Full Moon. But I think that What's Going On is probably the better album. But it's eras. I was around to hear Full Moon.
Yeah. Fair. I'm still what's going on, but yeah.
I always answer based on what I listen to more.
You listen to Full Moon more than what's going on?
Absolutely.
Interesting. Okay. I mean, this one to me was like the number one no-brainer. Songs in a Key of Life. Like, is there a better R&B album?
No. That's
So like I get it, Eric, but
Confessions is the one we all probably would say is the greatest. But the greatest when you talk to songwriters and musicians and artists, they would probably go with Songs in the Key of Life.
Peach, get the clip ready. Lauryn Hill, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Which you could debate that's not an R&B album. So I don't even know if it should be compared to Brandy Full Moon.
Yeah.
It's both.
Mhm.
It's hip hop and there's a lot of R&B on it though. I can make a case it's more of an R&B album than it is a rap
Full
album.
Moon is a great album though. Like
Of course.
Like I just, you know.
But we're talking about the number one spot is a crazy thing to just say.
It's tough, man, because all of this is subjective. It's all about, you know, what you like and your taste level and things like that. But as we're sitting here talking about it and I'm kind of like listening to some of the songs on Full Moon in my head, like the production on that alone, and then like Brandy's vocals, like her.
Rodney Jerkins did the whole thing.
Yeah, it's just that's an incredible R&B project.
Then all right, let's just do rapid fire then. Who is Jill Scott?
Full Moon.
Who is Jill Scott?
Over Full Moon?
Personally.
It's a personal thing, yeah.
D'Angelo Brown Sugar.
Full Moon.
Full Moon.
Going Brown Sugar. Mary J. My Life.
Full Moon.
Full Moon.
Damn, I'm going My Life. Now today I'm the Brandy hater. And I love Brandy. I think she's the greatest vocalist of all time.
I fucking love
I can't
Brandy.
tell. I can't. I think.
Oh, let me.
I actually think you think she's the worst vocalist of all time. That's just how I'm feeling right now as I listen
No,
to you.
it's Whitney and Brandy, 1A, 1B.
Yeah.
Of the greatest. All right. Let me try to get myself back here. I'll throw a ringer in there. Justin Timberlake, the 2020 Experience.
What we doing right now?
I'm just trying to give a Full Moon against the white guy.
Get that Gap commercial out of here, man.
Don't do that. It's definitely not better than Full Moon, but 2020 Experience is fire.
Listen, the Gap. When I say Gap commercial, that's not a knock. I love the Gap, and the commercials are iconic. I'm just saying, when you talking about Full Moon,
I know it shouldn't even been
it's
in the
not
conversation.
even.
I was fucking around.
Yeah,
All right, back to rapid fire. Carl Thomas, Emotional.
Full Moon.
great album, but Full Moon.
Full Moon. Donnell Jones, Where I Want to Be.
Another great album, but Full Moon.
Full Moon.
Full Moon. Ringer here. Kaleidoscope Dreams, Miguel.
Full Moon.
Full Moon.
Okay.
Kaleidoscope Dreams is a great album,
So
though.
that's a modern classic. in my
Yeah.
opinion.
That's a great album.
Faith Evans.
Faith Evans.
Faith Evans.
She got my joint on there too. That's my shit she got on there, but I'm going Full Moon.
Okay. 100% Genuine. You lost your virginity to that. Don't laugh.
Full Moon, man. Great album.
I'm going Full Moon as well. It's a great album.
It's a great album.
I was trying to throw some random ones that aren't all Stevie Wonder and Marvin Gaye. Sade Love Deluxe.
Oh, come on, man. Don't do that.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, don't do that.
That one's neck and neck.
Oh, man, don't do that. Sheesh. Damn, that's tough.
Make a decision.
It depends. See, if you asking me today I'm going Full Moon. Saturday, I might have said Sade. You know what I'm saying? Like, but today,
Depends what strain you're smoking.
It depends on, the day. It's just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would go Full Moon just because of eras. But, yeah.
This is an easy one for Demaris. Velvet Rope.
Velvet Rope. Velvet Rope is one of the greatest R&B artists, greatest R&B albums.
Great album, but I don't know if it's... Just because, again, I'm always thinking vocal performance as well as production.
That's not fair. Then Brandy would win the majority of every album we just
pretty much wins every vocal.
No, but I mean, if you name because you can name another Brandy album against Velvet Rope, and I'll say Velvet Rope. But just the production, the music on Full Moon,
all right,
and Brandy's vocal performance, like it's just tough to beat that.
All right, of course, Brandy's Brandy with vocals, but if you're adding in production and vocal performance, Velvet Rope to me checks those boxes at an extremely high level as well.
Oh no, for sure. Velvet Rope is a classic album. But
honestly think I prefer the production on Velvet Rope over Full Moon.
Really?
Yeah. It's more my type of shit.
Got Till It's Gone, Go Deep.
More my type of shit. Oof.
I Get So Lonely. What are we? Y'all gone.
All right, now start naming some of the joints on Full Moon. You want to do that? If we want to start naming tracks,
it's kind of unfair.
What are we talking about in here? Like, have y'all listened? When the last time y'all listened to Full Moon?
I listened to Brandy's albums more than most people's, actually. Yeah,
that is a great album, man. Look, I'm talking about from the time the top of the record.
I wasn't mad at Eric Bellinger. It just was like out the gate number one.
But I'm always, to me, I just feel like Confessions is, better than Full Moon.
I'll go a little more neo soul with the next two. Baduism.
Damn, that's a classic. I'm still going Full Moon though.
Okay. Because the way I feel like Full Moon defined the R&B generation, I think Baduism, you could say the exact same thing.
Oh, no, for sure.
So
you're not naming no trash albums.
Of course,
let me just throw that out there. Like, you naming some of the greatest albums that we've been lucky enough to hear. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's get that out the way.
Yeah. Maxwell Urban Hang Suite.
Damn.
Underrated classic album, if there's such a category.
Yeah.
It's an underrated classic.
There's very few that can sing better than Maxwell. So, shit. I'm still going to go Full Moon, though.
I'm going to go Full Moon. I'm going to go Full Moon for the majority of these. But that's because I'm a Brandy stan.
Yeah.
And I feel like he has that same issue.
Do we consider Aaliyah One in a Million R&B album?
Yeah.
Or R&B pop? But then again, Full Moon is R&B pop to me as well.
Yeah,
so yeah,
very R&B pop.
I'm still going Full Moon, but One in a Million is right there.
Yeah, for sure.
I would probably go One in a Million.
We'll go to Maul's era real quick. Tevin Campbell, I'm ready.
What's up with you today? Are you all right? You good though? Because I'm just saying, I don't like the
way you guys were both young singers.
Yeah, but I don't like the way you threw Tevin out there like that. Nah, I'm going Full Moon.
Full Moon as well.
Yeah.
All right, well, that was fun. I mean, I'm sure I missed a bunch. That was just an awful whim of looking at R&B.
That was some great albums, but Full Moon is definitely I got to listen to that album again now. See, now tonight I got to listen to Full Moon. I got to let that album rock tonight.
Do you guys think Full Moon is Brandy's best album?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Let me not.
I mean, she had the self-titled, right, Brandy? Then she had a self-titled album.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think Full Moon is better than that.
What's the track list on Never Say Never?
I think Never Say Never is better than Full Moon. That's just
what?
Oh yeah.
My favorite song of all time, no matter who the artist is on Never Say Never, and I would go Never Say Never over Full Moon.
What?
Angel in Disguise is one of the greatest songs ever written. I fucking love that song so much.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, Never Say Never and Full Moon are kind of like Confessions 8701 for me.
Yeah,
there's one that there's one no, but there's one that would be the popular one to say is the better one. But when you go through the track list, like 8701 is right there with Confessions, and I think Never Say Never is right there with Full Moon.
To me, that's the second best album. But I think Full
There's
Moon
some
is.
joints on here.
The Boy Is Mine almost doesn't count. Angel in Disguise, Top of the World. Have You Ever? Please. Please.
We ain't named no Full Moon tracks yet, right?
I mean, it's like, do you need to name the Thriller tracks?
I'm just saying.
I hear that.
I think y'all are partial to the Dark Child sound. And I think that
Probably,
that sound, Full Moon has a sound and it like kind of ushered in an era of that sound. And I think that's why people are so attached to it. But it's not a better album than Never Say Never.
Did Dark Child ever do a versus?
No.
I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure no.
Oh, man.
I don't think so. Who would he have? Who would stand in front of that?
No, he didn't do a versus.
That didn't go already?
Yeah.
Who didn't go already, I have no idea. But
I mean, the only person I think who could stand in front of that Dark Child's catalog is JD.
yeah.
Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis might. They didn't have one.
Yeah. But I think it's just the eras is a little different.
Yeah,
But
it would have to be JD. Because you're not fucking with Dark Child.
And Timberland did one already, right?
He did. He did the first one.
Yeah.
How it was birthed was him and Swizz on IG Live. They just did some fun shit when they were bored one night and made $500 million off it.
Change podcast.
All the niggas did was show us how rich they are. Niggas is on there just, yo, what? Nah, I got this. Y'all know how much this is kicking in residually every year.
Oh, yeah. And like how many Jay-Z DMX records they just have on their hard drive just sitting there.
Yeah, that was just like, that was MTV Cribs, like on a more intimate level. Let me show y'all what I really got.
This is kind of a morbid topic that I don't really want to put in the air, but we all pass away eventually. Do you think in producers' wills, like their hard drives are going to be there? Because that's kind of a newer thing, before DATs and everything.
Yeah.
Those hard drives like have some type of clause in your will, right?
I would believe so, because that's part of your catalog, right? Even though it's not out yet.
Well, technically not. If there's no paperwork on it, it doesn't really exist. You can't do anything with it without paperwork and everyone agreeing, but it's not like your pub at that point.
But I mean, we've had
out.
artists pass away and their music is released.
Then they paperwork everything. But I'm saying, like, if you come across 3 of Timbaland's hard drives, you're probably going to find some of the craziest records ever that never saw the light of day.
3 of them, just one of them. 3 of them, you hit the mother level. You find 3 of Timbaland's hard drives, you out of here, man.
And of course, they're not in some of the family situations that some of us are in. Like, when you have a family member die and you can't keep all that shit, yard sale, throw that shit up. Like, that's how, like, I thought Boosie got the Kappa shirt, because a lot of times when Kappas pass away, their families aren't members, so they don't know what to do with it. So it ends up at a thrift store, and then someone just buys it.
Not knowing exactly what they're buying, yeah.
Imagine
some kid in Vietnam has a Kappa jacket now.
Yeah. like the Chief Super Bowl shirt from this year.
Ship all that shit over there.
But can you imagine, like, if a famous producer just didn't have a lot of family and like didn't have a proper will, and then just some random nephew that they didn't even know all of a sudden inherits all this shit, and they have enough going on in their life, so they're just going through the basement and find all this, like, oh, what am I doing with this?
Yeah.
Let me sell this back to Staples.
Yeah. Just get it out of here. Yeah, but I mean, I do think they have to have some type of thing in their will, because that's still their art.
Like, I would love,
even though it's not out.
It would be fun to do this while the producers were alive, like a version of Storage Wars with all their hard drives, and like what that bidding would look like. If you had Swizz's storage unit,
you open
and
up a big
Tim's
storage
right there,
unit, and it's just 3 hard drives on the floor.
Yeah, and like all you have is like little hints of how they labeled it, like 98 Rough Rider Session, or like shit like that,
like a bottle of wine.
Yes,
98.
And because Storage
94.
Wars, you kind of have to guess what's worth it, and sometimes it ends up being worth so much money, sometimes it's nothing. Imagine that with hard drives with our favorite producers.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
That would be a cool way to release unreleased music.
Just finding hard drives?
And, the way they auctioned off that Wu-Tang album to that fucking dirtbag pharmacist guy.
Mm-hmm.
To me, if you wanted to raise money, do it through a Storage War bid.
You watch Storage Wars?
I have before. It's not like my go-to. But when I do watch it, I watch it for hours. It's one of those. Like, I watch it once a year, but it's 6 hours out of that year.
Once you're there, you're there.
That's fun. I like Storage Wars.
I love it. I love Storage Wars.
It's kind of shocking.
Why?
I don't know. You don't strike me as a Storage Wars guy.
I just like when they start fighting over shit.
Yeah.
Like once they go in there and they be like mad that he outbidded him. He say, "Oh, you didn't hear me," and then they start scrapping. And then you come to find out that the unit's only worth $250.
Yeah.
Y'all just fought for $250.
I'm more of a Hoarders guy. Hoarders is hilarious.
Nah, that
to
shit
me.
is disgusting.
I know. That's
That
like
shit
the
makes
beauty
my
of it.
fucking. I could smell the TV. Like I know it's stinking there. Like you living in there? What the fuck is going on?
And I love that they do like help those people out, but they don't help their addiction. They just give them a clean house to store more shit in.
No, they
Like no one's cured.
No, they don't do that because they have therapists there. Like they give them care after and stuff like that, and hope that they. Sometimes people take it, and sometimes they be like, "Yo, then haven't heard from them, and hopefully they okay."
No, you just gave them a clean. It's literally filing for bankruptcy. Just give them a clean slate to go spend some more money. Anyways, though, I saw that Beyonce is allegedly struggling to sell the Cowboy Carter tickets.
Who said that?
The news.
Couple
News articles. Just because it's not sold out, they say she's struggling because it's not sold out yet.
Let me help every news article, every news program out there. When it's showtime, each one of those arenas will be sold out. I can promise you that. People ain't buying it right now. They probably waiting, like, get closer to the time. I got bills. People got bills right now. Tax season to say people have to get their income tax. Oh, them tickets will be sold out. Don't trip.
And even if they don't sell out, does that mean why is that a news article? Does that suddenly mean Beyonce's a failure if she wasn't able to sell out every stadium on her tour?
No.
What the fuck
still,
are we?
still Beyonce.
What are we talking about? I can't even believe that that's a news article.
Trust and believe those shows will be sold out.
Well, I think what this article from, it's Yahoo at this point used to be credible. Now who the fuck knows? They're saying because of the ticket prices being so expensive that the average consumer can't afford it, and that's why. It's not Beyonce's popularity. Beyonce has proven every other year that she can sell out stadiums, baseball field, everything constantly, no matter what. They're speaking, I think, to it being $1,200 for some seats, but there's some for $93. That's still expensive for a ticket, don't get me wrong, but when you're going to high-level shows at stadiums, $93 is cheaper than the sports that play there.
Yeah.
So
there was $1,200 tickets at the last show. And guess
there's
what?
$5,000. If you want to go in the Beehive VIP shit,
and all
it's
of
like
that, and all of that shit was sold out.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Like, what are we talking about here, man? Because they didn't sell out yet. Okay, we get it.
And also, it's not just because I'm seeing like the news articles are saying, sometimes or people are saying the fans will retire for you if you're not ready to retire, which is such dumb shit in reference to Beyonce. But like live music everywhere is suffering. It has been suffering. Ticketmaster is a terrible conglomerate.
The $4 pre-order handling fee. You have to pay $4 just to get to the other fees.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm with you. Like they're on the list, but
a little lower now.
Yeah, let's deal with universal healthcare.
But yeah, like Ticketmaster is insane. It's a recession. People don't have the money. Like give people time. Give people time. They'll buy.
And also,
if they don't,
if she doesn't,
she will.
In 20 years, when we talk about Beyonce's career and legacy, we'll be like, she was a pop star, but she didn't sell out Tennessee that one year.
Yeah, that one year she didn't sell out Atlanta. That was really a tough year for her. The fuck are we talking about?
Put an asterisk next to her name. Like, I mean, Lemonade's great.
Stupid shit.
I feel like this is the same thing as the album sales. The general public just needs to stop knowing this information because they don't know what the fuck to do with it.
Of course not. Like anything. But I mean, we're trained to be that way. We don't even know fucking mortgages. You think we're going to understand album sales and how streams work? Like, we're taught to be ignorant. And then they give us the info to make it look like we know what we're talking about. Yeah. But, I mean, I'm excited for the tour. When is the MetLife date?
Mine is May 28th.
May 28th. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, that shit is coming up.
Yeah, it's close. Very close.
What's the first date?
May 21st, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Oh, yeah, MetLife.
So 2 months away, and they told me it's not sold out yet.
I'm sure MetLife is probably, I don't know, some tickets. Either way, there's always tickets. That's another thing, like with the resale game and everything, like there's always tickets. I know they're purchased, but people are always selling them back. Like it's constantly happening up until, even in the middle of the fucking show, you can buy them. Mm-hmm. Like my godbrother a lot of times buys the cheapest ticket and then we'll look at what's available in the middle, like at halftime, and then buy the cheapest ticket in the front row. Mm-hmm. And it ends up being cheaper than buying that front row ticket in the long run. Like people are just constantly.
It's a game.
The data doesn't even like make sense of what's sold out and what's not at this point. But
are you going?
I'd be down to go. I would buy a ticket too.
Chaps ass out, chaps up.
I mean, would you style me? What's your aesthetic?
No, I was gonna ask Kellen for help because I don't know about like the Southern rodeo. Yeah. I don't know. I'm
and you want to
scared.
look like the person that just bought a cowboy hat. And
Yeah, that's cheesy. I don't want to be that girl.
You want to be authentic, like you really.
Like I want to buy real cowboy boots. I want to have the real cowboy hat, not the one that they're gonna sell at like Zara. You know.
That she's partnered with for the tour.
Yeah, like I want some real shit. So.
I mean, what if we showed up to MetLife like on horse buggy? Do you think there's like
why horse? Why don't you just ride the actual? I know how to ride actual horses. You just,
in New Jersey, like off the turnpike in Route 3, like not in a field. Like I'm talking about on the way to MetLife.
Hold on. Time out. Because y'all letting Demaris get some sick shit off right now. Demaris, where you know how to ride a horse at?
What do you mean? I know how to ride horses.
How often do you ride horses?
I used to horseback ride regularly in Syracuse. It was my pastime.
Okay, when the last time you rode a horse? I know you got the horse riding boots on today, but when the last time you rode a horse?
Probably about 6 months ago. I ride horses. I have photos, multiple photos of me riding horses. And every time I visit a new city, I try to ride a horse there.
I'm not saying anything.
There's something wrong with riding horses?
I'm just saying,
what cities,
I've never
what have you checked off the list for horse riding?
Do you have any videos on your Instagram of you riding horses? Any pictures?
I took all of that stuff down. But yeah, I have videos on my Instagram of riding horses. They're all in my archive and on my phone.
I'm about to say, we only saw her at the saddle ranch at the mechanical bull.
She did well.
No, I ride horses. I know how to ride horses.
When you say ride though, like
I don't like
no
I gallop.
No instructor, just you.
Yeah.
Do you have the harness thing? There was a horse raw dog.
There was a horse named Sierra out in Syracuse that I would ride so often that they would just let me take her out there because they knew they trusted me.
How do you I've ridden a horse before, but it was in a controlled environment, like just around. So how do you control a horse?
What do you mean? How do you control a horse? I mean, I'm not riding wild horses. How did you tell Sierra
where to go?
You direct her. What? I'm kind of confused about what.
Wait, you're confused that someone's asking how you control a large animal to do what you want?
It's not to. So, have you ever ridden a horse?
Yeah, but like at a birthday party, like a.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I'm like, no, like
I've
the
never
stuff
been on the ranch, like
that you're sitting in, and the reins that you hold, you move them. It's almost like a steering wheel, but a lot gentler. But yeah, you move that, and it tells the horse go left, go right. You can kick it to go faster. Like it's I'm not a professional horse rider, but I ride horses.
We go on horseback riding. I got to see Demaris.
We can do that. But yes, by no means am I a professional horse rider, but it is one of my favorite pastimes. I like riding horses.
I believe that she rode horses in her past, but I think she's changing the story, and she was actually a jockey fixing races with her dad.
No. I've actually never been to horse.
She's at OTB.
No, I watched the movie Focus. I do want to go like bet on horses one day or like go to the Kentucky Derby, hopefully like with a brand or something like one
Kentucky
day,
Derby would be fun. I'm not betting on that shit. I know nothing about it. It feels too much like a chance to me. I'd be too emotional. I wouldn't enjoy like the experience if I was betting on horses. I'm cool.
Yeah, that's why I stopped. Never mind. We got sponsors. I was about to say.
No, football, I'll bet all day. But horses, nah. I'm at Saddle Ranch. I shouldn't be doing this. But with that said, all right, so you have the horse plug. Let's see if we can get them on Route 3.
Plug.
I had a MetLife plug. I can see if maybe we can find some horse parking.
No, I want to see Demaris ride a horse, though.
Can you imagine if we showed up to the Cowboy Carter show on horseback? Like, we'd be legends.
No, you would actually be in the way of people trying to drive their cars, and they would tell you to get the fuck out the road.
Shit everywhere.
Yeah, that's what they would tell you. Get the fuck out the road.
Do you think Beyonce will have, like, ride a horse the way she did for the Christmas halftime show?
At the show?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see her definitely at some point being on a horse at the show. That'd be a part of the set for sure.
Or like the mechanical bull type thing. For sure.
Can you imagine, like, at the stable, all the horses, like, you know, Sierra's there, Demaris shows up, they go around, and then one of the horses is like, yeah, I'm about to go on tour with Beyonce. That's my gig now.
Yeah. And you know the horse is acting crazy at the stable with the rest of the horses right now.
Talking all that shit.
Yeah, like, hey, I don't eat that shit.
Julius, get them away from me.
Yeah, I don't eat that shit. Get that fucking grass out of here.
I have security now. If you have to like be a horse that's not free in like the Midwest or whatever, what a cool gig to have. Like, yeah, just Beyonce rides me out. I take her to stage and then I go right back and I get my carrots.
Yeah, lay down on silk pillows and shit. Like, it's all good.
Sorry, I was trying to find a couple pictures of me on horses to send to Josh. Yeah.
No, that's the carnivals where you pay $5 for the photo.
Yeah, okay.
That horse is definitely chained to that fence.
Yeah, until we get up and get moving. The fuck?
You be talking to Sierra?
I got to see video of
Sierra was wild. She had an attitude problem. So like she was either cool or she was like, she'd get in her moods where she wouldn't want you to get on top of her. Like she was.
Was she an Aries?
Fuck you.
Definitely a Taurus.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Wishy-washy and like moody, Taurus, for sure.
So she's a woman.
Yeah. That was a horse. I took that photo. Oh God, that's a terrible photo of me. When I was trying to ride a horse, when I was traveling during COVID, that was on the border of San Diego and Mexico.
Oh, that's kind of fire.
Yeah. So I like ran it in like the beach and the water. It was fun.
They had the option in Mexico to do the horse or the 4-wheeler. And I was like, I'll take the 4-wheeler.
Every day.
Really?
The horse would have been more beautiful on the beach and everything. I was like, just give me the 4-wheeler.
And you know how you think you probably look on a horse that's galloping? You don't look like that for real. Like you look scared. You look like you.
I don't look like the girls that post the photo when they're on the beach on the horse. Way more attractive. I would look nuts on.
I'm not fucking with no horse. I could barely control a pit bull. You think I'm gonna get on the fucking horse? Hell no.
It's the feeling, especially when they're like running, like when you're running a horse, like especially when we were on the beach, it was so much like wind and you could smell the ocean. Like it's a ethereal experience. You guys definitely have to try it. It's beautiful.
I'm cool.
I think at this point, cops still using horseback in New York City is officially animal cruelty. Like before I kind of understood what it was, you know, there's traffic, they can get around easier. We have different types of bikes. We have fucking those things that you just push forward and go. Why are cops still on horseback, dressed not for combat? They're dressed for style on horses, not doing anything. That's animal cruelty.
Well,
You don't need the horse.
Those horses are very well taken care of though.
But why are
Police horse, they definitely live great lives.
But why?
I mean, you know.
Let them roam free.
Well, yeah, I agree. I like.
There's no purpose except for show. It's a show thing.
Well, no, then you know,
It used to have purpose.
they need horses at Juve for sure in Brooklyn.
so it's for crowd control, crime deterrence, and public relations.
Crowd control, Juve.
Wait, all right.
Like they need a horse at Juve.
Guys, they have pepper spray, tear gas. We've seen them in action.
No, but they're they're mounted. They can see higher than the crowd. They can see things that are going on, and they can get there in a timely manner without running people over with cars and places where cars.
No,
are not
I was
allowed.
saying the electronic shits they have now, either with just regular bicycles or those electronic joints that they be on sometimes. That to me is
Talking about a Segway?
Yeah.
I ain't no cop catching me on no fucking Segway, man. Get out of here.
Think he catching me on horseback?
I've seen it.
I'm hopping that turnstile immediately, and Sierra's going head first into it.
Well, ain't no horse gonna go down no subway steps.
What are you talking about?
Ain't no horse going down no subway steps. I mean, I'm just saying in the streets, I've definitely seen dudes get locked up like by a cop on a horse.
All I need is a revolving door, and she's not happening. That is the dumbest thing. That's just for show, to feel authority.
Yeah, a lot of police presence is just authority, though.
But it needs to be attached to some type of action if something goes wrong. They're not using it. When was the last time you read in any newspaper that the suspect was caught on horseback? Name one.
Well, technically, you got to get down, like.
No, you don't. I seen the cop grab a nigga by his shirt and was on top of the horse. This nigga's face was on the thigh.
It was like Gladiator?
Yeah, he had him like this until another cop came and got him. Yeah, he ain't got to get off that horse.
I've seen in the paper on the news, cops pursued them in the car. They even named the cop car, what number it was, got out, pursued them on foot. I've never once read that they were caught by horseback. Bicycle, I've seen everything. Even with crowd control. The crowd was controlled by tear gas. The crowd was controlled by batons. Okay, well, SWAT gear.
No, that it does not. Let's not advocate for that.
I'm just telling you what they do.
Yeah, they be catching folk.
No, it's crowd control because if a horse start coming
I have the
through,
upper hand on this sidewalk if a cop is on a horse.
Yeah, but that's not what
I
it's
like
for.
my odds.
No, you're not.
That's
you see
not
that big ass
crowd
horse
control,
coming?
though. Like, we're not talking about people who really are committing huge crimes, like crowd control.
Man, I'll just start running in circles. Confuse the fuck out of the horse.
Rory. There also, it says public relations. The mounted unit is a popular and recognizable symbol of the NYPD, fostering positive interactions with the public.
It also says CPR on the side of their car that says respect, purity, whatever the fuck bullshit. Yeah,
Courtesy, professionalism, and respect. What's wrong with you, dog?
Purity is crazy.
Purity? You think the NYPD is pure?
I'm telling you, they lie about what they're out there to do.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Do you feel like there's a good civil communication when you see that cop on that horse?
Nah, I've just seen when niggas acting up in the streets, and once cops with horses pull up, niggas disperse.
Because it smells.
Yeah, you don't want that big ass. You turn around and see a big ass horse face in front of you. You moving. I guarantee you moving off that sidewalk.
I would love, you know how we did with Dale in Detroit, we did the whole training course with how to be a civil servant, whatever. I've seen other like content creators do the police course. You and I should do the police horse course. Just that one. Like how to get certified as a police officer on a horse. Because there has to be some type of training.
Oh, I mean, yeah, you got to know how to ride a horse first.
Yeah, but I'm sure you have to like be able to do
speak horse.
That too. It's like when the white cops try to speak Spanish.
Yeah.
But hola. So, just say hi. But no, what's the game? Polo. Like I'm sure you have to know like some polo moves and shit.
With the baton?
Yeah, you got to know how to like really grab a suspect on horseback. And then like, what do you do with them?
I told you, they just hold them close to the horse. You're not moving because you scared that horse gonna kick the shit out you. You ain't moving next to no horse.
I mean, because I've seen videos of like the army training with dogs and police dogs and stuff like that. That's a process. Mm-hmm. I can only imagine what the horse one is.
The cops need to change dogs too. Niggas ain't scared of German Shepherds no more.
Who ain't?
Yeah, if a horse pull up with a red-nosed pit, if a cop pull up with a red-nosed pit, and you start running and a red-nosed pit jump out the cop car, you definitely are slowing down.
Well, if they walk out with a chihuahua, I know that thing is trained to kill. I'm scared of any dog that a cop is with. That shit got the vest on and K9 on it. I am
if
petrified.
A cop pull you over here, K9 jump out the back, a chihuahua jump out the back seat.
I'm running.
I know that's the sleeper cell. Like that's the one.
Man, I'll kick the shit out that chihuahua.
Nah.
I wish a chihuahua would chase me in the projects. Get the fuck out of here.
I think that Black people have a fear of, I know me personally, I've always had a fear of German Shepherds because they've always been connected to being police dogs for me. So even people who just have them at their crib, I'm like, nah, your dog racist. I don't fuck with it. Like, I don't know.
If you own a German Shepherd and you ain't got a house, what the fuck you doing? That dog too big to be in this studio apartment, my nigga.
Training it. Training it for the
Why
force.
you got this big ass dog in an apartment building? Like, get a house, man.
What's the history of the German Shepherd and why it ended up in the police force? I have an idea, but I don't want to be wrong.
What's your idea?
This is why you could just search it so you ain't got to say nothing crazy.
But it's ironic, like that breed ended up being...
Well, it says German Shepherds are popular as police dogs due to their intelligence, trainability, loyalty, and physical capabilities to catch niggas.
I'm saying, who figured that out?
Yeah, it was trial and error. They had to research
dogs
that.
They used before.
Yeah, how did they just land on German Shepherds? I'm telling you, somebody at the station just had a German Shepherd one day. And they like, that's the official police dog.
Man, I watched a tearjerker. What's the movie that recently came out last like 5 years of the bomb dog in Iraq? It was a true story about the woman with her dog. What was it? Megan Levy's in it. That's his best friend's wife.
Megan Levy is the name of it?
Such a random fact to have.
Wait, what the fuck just happened? Megan Levy is the actress, or is that the name of the movie?
The movie and the woman that the movie's about.
Oh, wait, Megan Levy is the real person? Yeah. Oh, well, I salute to her service. I cried throughout the entire movie. Is the dog still alive?
No.
Oh, damn.
But she has a German Shepherd now.
Got you. Well, yeah, she was in the Marines and got like stationed as one of the dog handlers where they check out the minefields and bombs and shit.
It's bomb sniffing.
And she got blown up a bunch of times. And it's, if you want to cry.
Wait, the dog got blown up a bunch of times?
Both of them. I feel like
Well, what do you mean a bunch of times? I thought once you get blown up once, that's it.
No,
You saying a bunch of times.
This is how ill Megan is. After that, she was like, "Nah, I'm straight. Let's go." The dog too. No, she's a true American fucking hero.
Did she lose a limb?
No, but she got fucked up though. The dog ended up losing a limb or something. But you know, we've all seen three-legged dogs. They fine.
When y'all say they got blown up, what do you mean blown up?
Okay,
Because I seen shit get blown up before. Them niggas ain't live to see another time.
I'm obviously not a marine expert, but just based off the amount of bomb and minefields that they have to search, the odds are in your favor that you're going to be blown up a few fucking times.
Stop saying blown up.
Yeah, that's what they lose. He losing me
When
at.
I
You
think
can't say
blown
blown
up,
up.
I think your body parts are splattered. Like that's blown up
A
to me.
bomb went off right next to them.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So they went in the blast radius.
What do you want to say? Blown to smithereens? Like
No, I want you to say, they were close to like bombs when it went off.
Yeah.
they literally lived in the minefield.
But you can't say blown up. You know when
They were
somebody
blown
say,
up.
Rory, if you come in here and say, yo,
Grace.
my dog got blown up last night, I'm like, damn, my condolences. And then if you
R.I.P.
follow that up
Baze.
with, nah, she good, I'm gonna be like, but then your dog didn't get blown up.
Bay's a soldier.
Yeah, but then your dog didn't get blown up. Like,
Yes. If a bomb goes off in here and we all survive, you don't think I'm going to tell everyone that we got blown up?
No, we did
no, I
not.
think if we got blown up, we wouldn't be
don't get
around
to
to
tell
say
the story?
nobody that we got
Yeah.
blown up.
You've never heard someone that got shot in that terminology too? Yeah, he got blown up. Like, yeah.
Nah, man.
Nah.
He got shot. When he didn't make it, guess what? He got killed. Like, that's the difference. Blown up means
Yo,
you're dead.
If me and Baze are walking through the desert and hit a mine and the mine blows up and then we go this way and we both get injured, me and Baze got blown the fuck up.
No.
We survived to tell the story. I mean, Megan's ill. I'm not going back to that fucking minefield. She's different than me.
I guess, so in the Boston Marathon, when those sprinters, when the bomb
They
went
got
off,
blown up.
Do they say they got blown up?
No.
What do they say? I was assaulted by a mixture of grocery products
No, they
the
say,
right way.
They say I was there. I was there that day. Damn, we laugh. I don't mean to laugh at that. That's crazy.
No,
to
it's
laugh.
fine because one of my favorite Chris Rock SNL jokes they killed him for was he did a monologue. He said, "Imagine running 26 miles, you trained all it, you get to the finish line and someone yells, 'Run!'"
Like more? Like I just ran Boston. Like
It's a bomb, run. No, I'm exhausted.
I would be pissed.
yo. Oh man, we should be laughing at that.
Well, Megan Levy, the movie is incredible. And sorry, Josh, I thought that was the name of the actor, not the actual woman. Oh, so you know the woman. Well, she's a hero. And if you want to cry, dogs and military, that's all you need.
She got PTSD?
That's like a bulk of.
Really, actually.
Mm.
She's very well adjusted.
He says she's very well adjusted to regular life. Okay.
Dope.
Well, in the movie,
Shout out to Megan Levy.
Yeah.
she definitely goes through that. But
Do y'all watch like the military tap outs or military surprises like online? When people do like military surprises?
what does that mean? Oh, like when someone's
When the family come back?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, and they can't move until they're like
Yeah.
told they can
tap
get out of
them
line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when we were trying to get Maul to cry, it was that stuff plus the "Can you adopt me?" step parent YouTube videos. Those are the two that.
Yeah.
I don't when my sister had to go to Iraq, I don't know how they did it when she came back. Because I don't think I was there. We went when she was leaving, getting deployed.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if they did that when they got back. I would have to ask her.
Got you. And where did she deploy out of?
Virginia.
Out of Virginia. Okay.
Oh, so that's the Air Force. That's an Air Force thing
What?
Oh, yeah. Then
for
she wasn't.
basic training. It's
Okay, she
tapping
wasn't
out.
in the
Yeah.
Air Force.
What's that send off like?
Oh, man. I was crying like a fucking... Because you almost feel like you sending your fucking relatives off to die.
That's what I mean. I didn't want to say that. But
Yeah. Like, I was
I'm
like,
sure
what
that's
the...
like in the air.
Yeah, absolutely. Like some of y'all ain't coming back. Like,
Yeah.
That's just the reality of it. Like, and you just sitting there like, it just felt like this is completely crazy. This is wrong. Like, what are we doing? Like, we all sitting in there, somebody's giving a speech, and my sister is standing right here with military equipment on, getting ready to get on a bus to go to the airport to go to Iraq. Like, the fuck are we, like, what is this?
Oh, your sister was in Iraq. I didn't know that.
Yeah, she was in Iraq.
What years?
This was 2000. This was around the war, 2003.
Oh, wow.
Oh, shit. Oh, she was.
This was right after
Makes sense,
9/11.
yeah.
Yeah, right after 9/11.
Yeah, my family's such assholes. My cousin Evan went in '08 to North Africa, then to Afghanistan. And we didn't go to his send-off, but they filmed the whole thing of like my aunt like bawling on the ground of the cement, like as he was leaving. I was like, yo, y'all are assholes. Why would you film this? Like they're sending it to us. I'm like, yo, you guys are sick.
Yeah, that experience is great. My sister was telling me about a family that used to help them out over there. They would come like do their laundry, things like that, you know. And then for a while they hadn't seen them. They was like, yo, like they didn't come back to the base. They haven't been around. And I think whenever it happened, they ended up killing the family because they found out that they were helping the American troops.
Oh, wow.
So it was like a young kid, mother, father. Crazy shit, man. Crazy.
And this
shit.
is your twin?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Do you feel less of a man that you weren't going over there for?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like it should have been you?
Yeah, I'm a for sure. Absolutely.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I remember being young. This was 04, so I was 10. And I remember crying every single time my cousin would go off, like, because he was stationed in Iraq. And every time he would come home, I would be so happy. And then he would, like, you know, go and do another tour. And I remember just crying. Like, as a kid, it's very confusing because you don't know exactly what's going on. And my parents would have CNN on 24/7. And every time somebody would knock at the door, my grandmother would freak out. It was heavy.
Yeah, that shit was great.
I mean, not to say that 08 to 2012 wasn't insane when my cousin was there, but I could only imagine like mid 2000s. That's anytime you turn on the TV, it was just fucking death, Iraq. This is crazy. That must have been stressful.
And it's crazy because when she joined, it wasn't no wars. It was like everything was kind of peaceful. Wasn't like much going on.
Yeah, like imagine you joined September 1st,
yeah, and 2001. Then a year into
like,
a year into it, 9/11 happened. It was like, all right, we're definitely going to war now. Like, yeah, it was crazy.
And you can't just like, I quit, actually.
Nah, I mean, you can, but then what is that called? AWOL, absent without leave.
Yeah.
Like, or dishonorable discharge. It's like, it's a whole bunch of shit that comes with that. Like,
you go to jail for that.
Yeah, go to jail, forever attached to your social security. It's like
Burt Bodu, whatever the fuck that kid's name was. Serial did like their second or third season about it. He was in Iraq and just left the camp and then got captured by the Taliban and was there for like 5-6 years or whatever. And the rumors were that he kind of joined up with them, or was he really a prisoner? It was a lot of back and forth. And then I think Obama got him back, and like they killed Obama for that because most people thought he went AWOL and joined the Taliban rather than he was in a camp, more or less. Bodal, some shit like
Bo Bergdahl.
That's what it is. Have you guys watched 0 Day yet? Speaking of things that would send us to war.
No.
I'm on the last episode, I want to say. It's good so far. Well, I won't give anything away till you guys watch it. But
is Jason Bateman in that? I feel like he's in every fucking thing.
No, he's missing from that. He would fit perfectly into it, though.
Yo, Jason Bateman got to be the hardest working man in showbiz.
Did y'all see his latest commercial? Sorry, Rory.
No,
Jason Bateman?
Jason Bateman's. Yeah.
No.
Where he's playing Batman, but instead of Batman, he's Bateman. I think it's a Verizon commercial. It has Kai Cenat in it. SZA is playing Catwoman.
No, I missed that. That sounds like a great commercial, though.
It's so funny.
I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah.
Was that a Super Bowl
no
release?
That came out like
It was supposed to be, but it got like pushed back.
Oh, it got pushed back. Yeah, it came out
okay.
like this week, sometime this week.
Oh, okay.
Did we talk about the Jason Bateman movie where he plays the bad guy at TSA?
I watched it.
Okay, did we ever talk about that on the show?
Terrible movie.
No, I don't think.
What?
Fucking terrible.
Okay, nothing checks out as far as reality in it, but I didn't think it was a bad movie.
That shit was
Can we look up
terrible.
the name of that?
Oh, Carry On.
Carry On, yeah.
That shit was terrible. I watched it because of you.
It was cool.
Because you came in, you was like, yo, I like it. It was kind
No,
of cool.
I saw
was
the
like,
awful reviews, but I was entertained the entire time.
that was one of the first Jason Bateman movies. I felt like he just took that like on his day off. He did that in 2 days. It took him 2 days to shoot that shit.
Nothing checked out as far as the amount of cameras and security
And
that
then
are in an airport, but you know, it's a movie.
And then look who saved him at the end. Like, like just get the fuck out.
So many times people could have exited the situation and this would have been over. Now you're on the wheel of a plane.
Yeah, like come on with this shit, man.
0 Day is, I won't say it's similar to that, but it is like the attack on the country type of thing, but they go about it with all the electricity and power. It's one of those similar. What was the one that the Obamas produced?
Oh God, I know.
With the end of the world.
Yeah, it's not like that, but it's like that. It's one of those. It's one of those movies where it's like, are they fucking with us or are they warning us?
I mean,
Are they trying to keep us scared or is this probably going to happen?
Well, we kind of had some situation with the guy in Canada over the electricity the last 4 or 5 days. Him and Trump have been kind of going back and forth. So, I mean, listen.
Oh, and I mean, X going down, same thing.
Yeah.
It's a Russian attack.
I got to watch this, though, because anything with De Niro I watch. So, I'm going to definitely check this out.
He's great in it. I was a little nervous because...
What is De Niro not great in?
But he's getting old as fuck, so sometimes...
So, he has to play these roles.
I'm just waiting for like that one role. It's like, dude, he's got to hang it up. He's great in it. He's phenomenal.
So this isn't when he's playing his twin that's coming up, right?
No.
Okay.
No, that's
Wait,
like
no.
That's a mafia movie.
Yeah, and he's not playing his twin. He's playing both mob bosses.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
not
Well, his
twins. He's just playing both of them.
Imagine it being twin mob bosses. Imagine it being two.
I'm not respecting
two heads
no
of the
twins.
Corleone
That would be
family.
a wild Rico case.
Like, who do you charge? It wasn't me. I wasn't doing that shit. Like,
Prove it.
prove it was me. It wasn't me.
Same DNA.
Yeah.
Imagine snitching on your brother because of DNA.
That's how you got to get it off.
Which I mean, I'm gonna see that De Niro movie. I just feel like they could have found someone else. But like, there's a lot of actors.
Yeah, but
De Niro doesn't play both.
oh, the movie that's coming up. You talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just it's a big call sheet for.
What is it? What's the name of it?
Let's look it up.
He's the head of the because Scorsese's doing it, right?
It's called Alto Knights. He's playing Vito Genovese and Frank Costello, both old mob bosses that helped start the whole shit. And it's actually Barry Levinson. It's not
Okay.
Scorsese. But I mean, Barry Levinson is a
Incredible director.
legendary director.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm interested to see. I give a lot to De Niro, man. He's how old is he actually at this point?
Got to be 80, right?
He's still having kids and knocking out Netflix series. Like, fuck a movie. That's one thing. Each one of these episodes on 0 day is an hour.
Mm.
Like, he's filming for real.
81 years old.
It's a nice 81.
What? What does that
Career.
even mean?
He's
His sperm
talented.
still work.
What does that
He's
even mean?
talented. He's a talented man. He's still talented. I just agree with what y'all was saying. Yo, y'all always trying to make me the hornball on the fucking podcast.
You just said,
I'm just.
that's
I
a
said
nice 81.
Okay.
No, but it was the before that. That's not indicative of his work is great.
He looks
She's a
amazing for
thespian
81.
fan.
He looks amazing. You know, black girls
He
love.
don't look amazing for 81.
Yes,
he
he
look
do.
like cold oatmeal. What are you talking about? Like,
That's not.
Robert De Niro doesn't look great for 81.
In 0 day, his role is the past president, like the old fucking
He looks
dementia
great for
Biden
81.
president.
Bobby De Niro looks crazy. What are you talking about?
No, he looks like
Love
an
him.
81-year-old Italian
Yeah,
guy
but he doesn't look great.
that did drugs in the 70s.
I think he look. I don't think he looks a day.
He
over
looked
70.
great in Taxi Cab. Like, that's what he looked great. Maybe even Cape Fear. Right now, no. Like,
He looked old in Goodfellas in 1990.
he looks great.
Whatever.
Demaris is crazy.
He doesn't look a day over 75. He
Yes, he does. Like, he looks 2 days from 90. What are you talking about?
looks good.
I finished Paradise. Watched the last episode.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, because I still had to finish like the second half of it. Left a cliffhanger for season 2.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited. How'd you feel?
I
about
gotta
it?
watch that because it's like since I think Demaris mentioned it, probably 6 people have told me about that show.
Yeah,
It's
it's
good.
really, really good.
And
I think that the season finale was a little underwhelming, but I enjoyed.
Okay,
the show as a
I
whole.
agree with you, but if they didn't get greenlit for the second season, like halfway through the first one,
It'd have been a good ending.
I'd be kind of pissed actually
Oh, really?
because it just left so much. Like
Oh,
him
yeah,
getting.
yeah.
I'm not going to spoil it, but it left for season 2 to see
Yeah.
what's out there.
Yeah, I want to know how the evil person became so evil. Because like they gave you a little bit, but like that ain't enough to make you that evil. Like I want to know what made you that evil.
Yeah.
So, but
Since Amara like goes to like sleep on time now. I'm back on my Netflix shit. I'm caught up with so much stuff. We rarely talk about shows. That's because I never get to watch them. I watched Russ's debut as an actor, Trap, M. Night Shyamalan. I'm mispronouncing it again.
Is it good?
Yeah,
Okay.
I did really, really like it. I couldn't figure out if it was a comedy or a horror at least halfway through, and I'm still a little confused on what it was. But I know M. Night does a lot of that, like, I don't know, fog between the two genres of is this real or not.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
It's like purposeful, terrible acting, but I think that's the point. It's about this guy that takes his daughter to see a pop star that she loves, like Raven something.
And they get locked in the arena?
There's an FBI sting operation going for a serial killer that's in the arena at the show.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the premise of it. And Russ...
That's a great actual like storyline.
Yeah. That's
Russ is the like surprise guest that she brings out. I forgot what they named Russ, but it was funny. No, Russ, I mean, Russ did Russ. He went up and performed on stage and did great.
Okay.
And then at the end, well, not in the end of the show, he comes out of his green room. I see what Russ was trying to do. He had his shirt all open.
Oh,
I don't think M. Night told him to do that. I think Russ was just getting on his shit, coming out the...
He just had to add his little...
I'm styling myself.
Yeah.
But I thought it was cool. It was a good movie. Trying to think what else. The Manson murders, again, similar to the OJ shit. Do we need another doc? No. Will I watch it?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Watch the Manson shit.
I'll tell you what I will not be watching. Raising Kanan season came back.
Oh, God.
Listen, man, I love 50. I think what he's done in TV is incredible. But this...
You got me nervous. Because I like Raising Kanan.
Did you see the way it ended last
No,
week?
I haven't seen the... Yeah, I saw it ended.
Like how Unique got... So episode 1 came out, and I'm like, all right, let me see this, how they're going to try to say Unique found his way out of the middle of the woods after getting beat in the back of the head with a pipe where he should be dead, but he's all of a sudden alive. He somehow wakes up from this near-death beating with a lead pipe, crawls his way to a gas station and finds his phone, remembers his homeboy's number after getting beat in the back of his head
Naturally.
with a pipe, remembers somebody's number,
Friendship.
calls his friend comes pick him up, doesn't want to alert anybody, so you can't take him to the hospital. So where do they take him? You guessed it, to the veterinarian.
Okay.
Takes him to a vet.
Makes sense.
Next time we see him, he's in his homeboy's crib, recovering, hiding out. He don't even have a gauze pad on. No
isn't.
stitches.
Wolverine. That's why
What?
I went to the vet.
Like,
Okay.
just make this shit believable a little bit.
But Raising Kanan is the prelude of Power. It's what happened before. Now we're starting to get closer to the Power years where nothing makes any fucking sense that you can do that.
Yeah, but I just...
Because in the
on,
Power
man.
world, you
Because
can
I like
do
Raising
anything.
Kanan. I think that was the series, it started off great. I was like, damn, this is really, like 50 really is finding his way
Yeah.
in this TV shit, and he's really carving these stories out. Like, but when, the way it ended last year and Unique was standing in the warehouse, so he's alive, I was like, all right, man, this is when the shit is just too much of a soap opera. It's too unbelievable. And now that you
having
see...
a 50 in a warehouse in Power.
Yeah, no, but we watched Ronnie beat Unique in the back of his head with that pipe and drag him to the middle of nowhere and dump his body. And all of a sudden, he wakes up from that beating with a lead pipe to the back of his head in the middle of the woods, finds a gas station somewhere.
It's a callback to the case.
That's why we never believed it from the beginning. It doesn't add up, man. It's just too unbelievable.
We saw 50 get blown up in a warehouse in Power.
It was a fire. It wasn't blown up. And that to me is more believable than this Unique Ronnie shit. Like Unique he's supposed to be dead, man. Like, and then now he goes to a vet and the vet just gives him some antibiotics or something and he's healing. Like, come on, man. I just can't. I don't.
50 caters to his audience.
What does that mean?
He knows who his audience is. He knows who the people who are die-hard Raising Kanan Power. He knows they like that super dramatic shit because they like
it
this.
It can
as
be
Power.
super dramatic, but it gotta be realistic. Come on. He was better off saying that he crawled to the side of the road and was laying in the street and somebody driving just saw him and was like, what the fuck? He found a gas station and then a phone booth and after getting his brains beat out, remembered somebody's phone number? Come on with this shit.
Say you're not like that.
He one of them.
You're right. I'm not like that. I just can't. I don't like when it turns into too much of a soap opera. That's all.
I do suggest you guys check out the Chaos Manson murder doc that Netflix just added. Of course, I knew the Charlie Manson and Manson family stories. It's pop culture. And I knew that he was an artist and had worked with like Beach Boys drummer and all that. I did not know he had the voice of a fucking angel. They played Unreleased Charlie.
Please.
Dog. I had to YouTube it. That shit's on my playlist now. Charlie Manson.
Do not listen to that, Rory.
He
Real
was
talk shit.
dope. There's been plenty of artists that we listen to that kill people.
No, but like that type shit, that's like demonic. Like that'll rewire your brain. You don't need to be listening to that.
Rewire his brain?
It might wire it better. Reverse.
He might fix something. Turn it up.
I mean, should we not listen to the Beach Boys? He wrote for them.
Did he?
Yeah, but his
shit.
voice, it's like listening to like a siren sing. Like you shouldn't be listening to that.
Man, women sent that nigga panties while he was locked up.
No, it's one thing to have hoes, but it's one thing to have hoes kill for you. He was ill. He was a different level. Like he never actually killed anyone. He just
Kill
sent
for
people
me.
to kill. And you know what's funny? You ask, did he write for them? He did. What kind of started his whole anger was he wrote a record with the Beach Boys drummer who ended up taking it and not giving him any pub or any credit. So they broke apart. Like they was crew at their little ranch. And after he didn't get his pub, look what the music industry fucking does. He left and started his own cult because the pub company and the artist fucked him over. It's kind of the story of if...
So the Beach Boys led Charles Manson into killing people?
In my theory, based off what they gave there, yeah, that was the turning point. Like they were still weird and on their hippie shit at that ranch, but they weren't murdering people until his name wasn't in the Spotify credits.
Got you. Okay.
And if you think about it with these artists that end up being fucking psycho serial killers, if somebody would have just liked Hitler's paintings and like gave him a gallery, the world would be different.
Yeah.
If Charlie Manson, if you just would have credited him for the shit that he wrote, he has the demo.
Yeah.
And it's
So
one of
many
those where the
lives.
demo's better than the regular.
Yeah.
He has it right there.
Yeah.
If Sony would have just given him that pub, we'd be having a different story. There'd be plenty of people still alive.
Damn.
And it goes into the theory of mind control and CIA. So you already knew I was at the edge of my seat.
Yeah.
I believe all
Your
that
type
shit.
of shit. The weird shit.
So you gonna
The true
sample
shit.
it
Yeah.
on your next album?
I mean, I'm sure after his death, somebody bought the pub. I'm sure finally he got his credit.
Insane.
I was thinking about playing it, but I thought, like, would we get flagged and who would flag it? Because that's sick if you own the Charlie Manson back catalog.
We should do it
and,
just to
and
see.
you're,
Just to see.
and you're not whitelisting so you can catch people on YouTube.
Yeah, let's put
Whoever
it there.
owns that catalog is sick. But yeah, I suggest people watch that. I'm back on my Netflix shit.
Did y'all see the High School Runners? The girl who hit the girl in the head with the baton. You used to run
Yes.
track.
And the first thing I thought was, damn, I never thought of that.
Why people can't just admit they was on some bullshit? Why this
Yeah.
girl running around talking about that was an accident?
Running around, sitting on the couch crying, like, why isn't anyone concerned about me?
Yeah, like what is she talking about? Like you got mad that girl was about to smoke you, beating your ass, and you had a moment where you just was like, fuck this, and hit her in the head with the baton.
When I saw the first angle, I did not believe her, but I was like, all right, I guess sometimes on the turns, your body can get a little fucked up.
No,
You swing.
Rory.
I saw the angle from behind. You wound up and went like this.
That wasn't
That was not your running
a
style.
natural running style, running motion. That was
No,
not.
did that on purpose for sure.
She absolutely.
And that's some sick shit.
That was done on purpose.
And that's super dangerous. Like you could have really injured that woman.
Yeah. I don't know what Patana was like in track from high school and college. The regular batons aren't really that crazy at regular meets. But if you get to like a championship meet or, you know, something in indoor tracks that look like this, those shits are weapons. Like the Penn
Absolutely.
Relays baton that I have from when I ran there, that shit is a baseball bat. Like they're very thick.
Yeah.
You can really, really hurt someone with that. So, yeah, that's and like
So she's not. Has she been brought up on charges yet?
Yeah.
Mm.
hasn't been like convicted or anything, but assault and battery is what they're going to charge her for. But yeah, you can't just take a baton to someone's head. I don't.
Well, what she said was that her arm got tangled up in the girl's, and when trying to like separate it, she kind of lost control of her body. While I do know that when you're running your fastest, you do kind of lose control. It's very easy
Demaris,
to
we're
lose
not doing
control
that.
of your
We're
equilibrium.
not-
I'm not saying she did it on purpose or not.
This
I'm
girl
just saying.
absolutely meant to hit that girl with that fucking baton. That's not natural. That's a wind up and a swing through.
I've
There's
been
nothing
in every
accidental about that.
scenario of a relay that you could think of championship meets where you're on the line with way triple the amount of lanes that are there, where people throwing elbows, everything. I've never seen one person in any scenario. I've been tangled up everything where you would reach back and hit somebody in the head like that. It doesn't happen.
And you could tell the way she's running with it after. Like she's holding the arm, but now all of a sudden your arm don't want to move forward. Because she held it after she hit it, she held it like this the rest of the way. Like, so she wasn't swinging it after that. So she understood what she did. She know what she did. She just had a moment and didn't, lost sight of exactly where she was at, and just her emotions got the best of her. It happens.
She probably intentionally, but didn't intentionally. Like, I don't think she sought out in the middle of the race to do that, but like,
No, at that moment when
in
she knew
relays,
she
when I've
wasn't
done
going
it,
to
I've
beat her.
thrown elbows and shit that just because you get caught up with someone, it's like, get the fuck off me. I didn't set out to do that, but yeah, I think she got tangled up and was like, get the fuck off me, and
Yeah,
did that. Which
no, I agree.
But you can't do.
It might have got tangled up, but she definitely meant to hit her with that baton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have voicemail?
You've got mail.
Hello, everyone. Long-time listener, first-time caller. I'm calling in to see if this situation ever has been to anyone. I met a girl on a dating app, and then when I went to go pick her up, she gave me this weird location. It was like a back alley. When I was waiting for her, I was looking down on my phone, and then she kind of just magically appeared by my front door. We go to a restaurant in downtown LA. The date was good. When we were on the way back to her location, I was wondering like where'd she come from, and I was like, "Oh, were you in like the apartments right there?" She was like, "Nah." "Were you in the condos across the street?" She was like, "Nah." I was like, "Do you have roommates?" And she was like, "Nah," which is kind of weird when she was saying all that. Then she was like, "Oh, I live in my van." The weird thing about it, she has like a dog too, a big poodle. She lived within said van. I was just wondering if that happened to anyone else.
Sorry.
That was not the ending I expected. Van down by the river.
Sir, one thing I can promise you is that nobody can say that happened to him. How you gonna call here and ask, has that happened to anybody? No. He didn't ask. He didn't ask, should he date her again? Should he help her out? He said, has that happened to anybody? No, man.
Should I have respected her circumstances and not,
he didn't
and not
ask
be
none of
invited
that.
inside?
Yeah, like he didn't ask, should I ask how she ended up sleeping in her bed? Like why she chose that? No, that has never happened to anybody that I know.
Yo, and I'm not judging anyone that has to sleep in their car, but if you also are in a relationship and cheating while you live in a car with your significant other, what the fuck?
Where you got cheating
Where you
from?
got
I thought she said also lives with her man
said
in the
a
van.
She said a dog,
No,
a
her
poodle.
dog.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I heard with a man in the van.
No.
Okay.
You thought that
Yeah. I thought that she
you
was
thought that he
cheating.
dropped her off to a car and like her man was in there asleep.
Yes.
Like,
With the
He
dog.
was in their sleep. That's crazy.
what you talking about?
He was in the back seat.
No, I really
Yeah,
thought I
like-
heard that she had a man and they lived in that van together with the dog. That's what
No.
I thought I heard.
I know a dude that lives in his van outside of a building, but like I think his family lives in the building.
Okay.
Because every day he goes in the building like with the family, but he sleeps in his truck.
Oh, he just hates his family.
Well, there's probably not enough beds, but the best part about
Demaris,
having
I can promise you, if it's not enough beds, my car is not the option. If this is my family,
Well, back to
we're gonna find a way to make this shit happen in here.
animal cruelty. So she locked the dog in the car during the date? You can't just leave.
I think she was lying. I don't think she wanted you to know where she lived.
That's fine on a first date.
That's fine, but saying you live in a van, come on,
And like not sarcastically, like dead ass.
yeah, like he believes she lives in a van. Like
Well, maybe it's a camper, not a van. Maybe it's like a camper.
either way, you can't leave your dog in there by itself.
I feel like you could leave a dog in a camper by itself. All you got to do is have aeration in the camper, and I feel like you have to have that anyway, no?
I just feel like
Man, I
that
left-
circumstance and the dog are more important than a date. That's just where I'm at with it. I
Man, my
just don't
sister
know.
left her dog in the car for 20 minutes. We went inside the store to order something, came back, and she had a note on her window saying, "Hey, you shouldn't do this."
I left it.
Like, the window was
I used to
cracked.
hate seeing
It
people
wasn't
that
hot
do-
outside. It was like fall, so it was like probably 50 degrees outside.
Mm-hmm.
Window cracked. Like we was in the store for 20 minutes. Come back, it's a note on the car. Like
It's a
you're
good
not
start.
leaving no dog in no fucking camper for no date. That's not happening.
But see, when I think a camper is like a house, no? It's like a mini house.
Yeah.
The air is fine for you to leave you can't take the dog with you everywhere. So if you live in a camper, like if your dad went and got a dog
Mhm.
and he has a camper, like
Why
he's
she
not gonna
can't take the dog everywhere? She taking her house everywhere.
Sorry.
The dog is like, that's a carry-on. That ain't nothing. That's light.
Yeah,
Please.
probably has a bed and everything. I guess that's not as bad, but he did say van.
She's
You guys are giving this woman a lot of credit by
Is
saying
she
that
Scooby-Doo
ends
or
up being
something?
a camper.
he's dating
He would
Scooby-Doo.
have said camper. No, she probably lives in a minivan. You can't leave a dog in a minivan to go on a date. That's insane.
You can't leave it apparently you can't leave a dog for 20 minutes to go to
Of course
school.
not.
That's crazy.
But the big minivans that people usually live in, like the old hippie Scooby-Doo minivans, I feel like if the dog has a bed in there and it has the proper airflow, if you're living in there and it has you're not suffocating, I feel like
As
the
long
dog
as it's
will be
not hot
fine.
outside, your dog will be fine.
Yeah, your dog will be fine.
Yeah.
All right. We're avoiding the real question here. After you get that information, you said the date went well, it was cool. Do you ask for the second date?
Oh,
And then
yeah.
if
She
that
live in her car?
If that goes
This is a
well,
layup. This is a layup.
You don't want live in the car, pussy.
Shit, that might be some of the best pussy you ever had in your life.
Yeah. No wax.
Yeah. In the car?
Car sex is trash though. So after the second date, do you say, do you want to go back to your place or mine?
She gonna move in. She gonna park that motherfucker, tie it up.
That's why the sex is crazy. You ever had a chick try to fuck the keys out of you? That sex is crazy. If she ain't got nowhere to live, she fucking for like a spot?
Yeah.
Yo.
She gonna put
what?
some work in.
Oh my God.
Well, did you give her the keys?
She had keys to my spot. Fucking right.
Took the parking spot from my apartment as well with her van.
Yeah, you could park up all that. What? The way she suck it. You crazy? Man, they nothing like a homeless suck. When they ain't got no home,
I agree.
you know.
Oh, I mean, best fucking I ever did was when I didn't have a
Either homeless or like a roommates. If it's a girl that got a roommate and she want to move out and you got a nice little condo and you single, oh, she about to rock your world.
Or she doesn't have to go back to her parents' house that night.
Yeah, it's on. I ain't never had sleep in the car pussy though.
That's a little.
It's never too late.
It's never too late. Yeah, it's never too
where
late.
you
Especially in
washed
LA.
up
We can just go
before the date?
downtown and
Where did you wash up? And we're not homelessness shaming. I don't want people to think we're shaming being homeless. We're not homelessness shaming. Are y'all? So y'all are homelessness shaming?
I was the first person to
Oh,
say
all
there's
right.
nothing wrong
I
with
would
sleeping.
never. I would
Y'all
never.
People go through hard times.
y'all
I would
got
never.
real
Demaris,
quiet.
I would never do nothing
Nobody
like
agreed
that.
with me.
Never.
To answer your question, I've known people that slept in their cars. They had gym memberships, or they snuck into a gym, and that's where they cleaned up.
I don't know about being, that's why I said maybe it was a camper, because I feel like if you're down that bad where you're like homeless, I don't think you're thinking about dating. So that's why I automatically
That's the
thought
sickest part of
camper.
this entire thing. Like,
She wasn't thinking about dating. She was thinking about dinner.
like, how did she get ready for the date?
All right. I gotta go.
Did she use a rear view, like, to put her makeup on?
She just wanted dinner that night. Y'all talking about a date. She was like, y'all gotta go eat. Like,
The date went well because it was based off starvation.
exactly. Like, hey,
That's not funny. That's actually really sad. Maybe her van was parked on Skid Row.
I mean, downtown.
I think he would have mentioned that.
Well, maybe he didn't.
Where do you think he met her? Like, the fact he left that part out is a little suspect.
He said online.
Yeah, but where online is what I'm saying.
No, like it was a dating app. He said he met her off a dating app.
That's even sicker. If
Being
it, was,
on a-
if it was some IG shit, cool, whatever. If you are still on a dating app and you live in your van, that's not shaming homeless. I'm just shaming you as a human being.
Well,
You have other priorities.
Yeah, your shit is
the
all
way
over
women
the place.
shame men, like, yo, if you don't have money, you shouldn't date. Like, I get that perspective.
Because if the roles was reversed and she was dropping him off at his car to sleep in,
Why are you on Tinder, sir?
yeah, she would have been asking.
but like
wild
you
questions.
guys said, she probably needed a meal. So if I'm a pretty girl, I need a meal. Go on Tinder. Somebody gonna buy it for me. If you line a date up for every week, that's dinner.
No, it's a good strategy. I'm not mad at it. Just
Don't look at me like that. I'm not doing it, but you know.
I was going to say something, but I don't want the internet to kill me. Not this week. I'll wait till next week for them to kill me.
just have Peach say it, and then we'll cut the clip and post it.
I just feel like pretty girls ain't gonna ever have to sleep in their car.
That's not true.
Not have to. They might choose to. That's a choice. But if a pretty girl, it's a nigga somewhere that like, shorty, you can sleep in the basement, the guest room, like somebody.
A lot of girls don't always know how pretty they are. A lot of girls have been through a lot of trauma and have not been brought up in the I'm a baddie, so I should be treated like a baddie and I should treat myself like a baddie. Some girls are just naturally pretty and had a really hard life, and their looks are the last thing that they're worried about. They're not even aware that they're pretty. Their mother never told them they were pretty. They didn't have a father around. Like, there's plenty of pretty girls who are upon hard times.
No. Hard times is one thing. Sleeping in your car is another thing. You can be on hard times and not be sleeping in your car.
Well, if you were a pretty girl and you didn't want to sleep in your car and you had no family and no friends, what would you do?
And I didn't
Right,
want
Harry Potter.
I didn't want What's up with you, man?
What?
What's up?
What? You don't know the story?
Yes, but I'm just asking what's your problem? Like, what's
She
wrong?
took a situation and made it a better one.
I get it. I just think that if you're a pretty girl,
Superhead
think
slept
that-
in her car.
Again, I think it was a choice. I think it's a choice.
I watched the podcast with Neil Brennan, and he asked that, like, how did you look? She's like, the best I ever looked. And Superhead was fine. Like, she was just sleeping in her car. Her priorities were a little different. But yeah, she's like, I'd go to parties and then just go sleep in my car. With her son, too. I would say, kind of to what you're saying, like, why didn't you, at that party, you're beautiful, just as, I guess, a safety reason?
I think y'all think being a woman works so much differently than it actually does.
Probably.
Yeah, I've never been a woman, so I can't tell
Yeah,
you.
it doesn't just, it's
I'm not encouraging
just like,
women to just go sleep at strangers.
I was going to say, you don't just go to the party and be
safer.
like, hey guys, homeless. Who can I go home
That
with?
would work on TikTok.
It just doesn't work. Like, it doesn't work like
That's a
that.
TikTok challenge right
Like,
there.
how do you enter into...
But I also just feel like if you homeless and sleeping in your car, you shouldn't be going to the club. That's just me.
Oh, I agree.
Unless you're searching for somewhere to stay that day.
Yeah, like that's just me. I just think that you shouldn't be at the club and you got to go sleep in the Accord.
But kind of to Demaris' point, back to the Superhead thing, she was escaping a terrible situation, I think in like Arizona or something, so drove to California
Yeah.
and was getting on her feet and was
Okay,
sleeping in her
yeah.
car at the time and
Yeah, I
saying
can see
she
that.
looked beautiful.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess it just takes...
I think she was in an abusive relationship, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, no, she ended up being a stripper underage in Arizona. She got away from her abusive mother in Florida,
That's what it was.
got
Her
to
mother
Arizona,
abusive,
was
yeah.
an underage stripper with her boyfriend at the time's mom, who was a stripper there. Then got out of that, got to California, and then met the god Ice-T, and it was up from there. Ice-T saved everything.
Y'all don't be feeling like some of that be their fault though?
Which part?
Like, at some point, you don't start asking the questions like, where are their friends? Like, you know what I mean? Like, just like, yo, you don't have a friend that just would let you crash on their couch or...
I mean, a lot of people in horrible situations are in an environment of other horrible situations, and their friends are in the same situation
in
they
horrible
are.
situations too.
That's actually why they're friends with them, because they're all in shitty areas. And because her story in that pod was crazy. Like, she definitely went through a lot in Florida. Like, her mother was a piece of shit.
Yeah, I read
I
her
see
book
why she
when I
ran
was
away.
younger.
Like,
Yeah, I read her
No,
book.
I could get people coming from, families that are fucked up, but I just be feeling like, when you said like I had to sleep in my car for like 6 months and I had to do this and somewhere in the story, I'm like, yo, you didn't have like a friend or somebody that you could call like and just be like, yo, listen, I'm fucked up right now. Like, I just don't. I mean, it's tough to understand because I've never had to experience that, but I just be like, somewhere along the line, I feel like some people don't give us the whole story. Like, yo, but you must, like,
Okay,
what type of person are you for real? Like, to have no friends that will let you live with them while you get on your feet.
I
Like,
know
not even one friend?
I know you don't like to hear the trauma therapy part of that, but a lot of people from abusive households and situations feel like they're not enough or a burden on other people. So even if they have friends or family, they're not about to ask them for something because they already feel like
that's why I said it's a
my
choice.
own mother, father, whatever, did not want me. So what the fuck? I'm not going to ask somebody to take me in. I'll just sleep in my car.
Even people who grew up
A
in
choice.
healthy,
Yeah.
a choice. But but to them, it doesn't seem like a choice. Like, it is a choice. Everything is a choice, but to them, it might not seem like a choice. I don't know how I would feel about asking one of my friends to stay at their house if I literally had nowhere to go. I might bite that bullet and be homeless too. Like,
No, you get the fuck. Demaris, shut up.
no, I'm being honest.
Demaris, you would not bite the bullet and be homeless if it came down to either ask one of my friends if I could crash at her house for a couple months or sleep in my car. You're not biting that bullet. You're not sleeping in no car, Demaris. You're not doing that.
What I'm telling you,
If you know you got options like multiple friends with space
that's
in there,
not always an op. That's what
I'm saying if you have that option.
But even if you do,
Your ego is not gonna say, yo, I'm not asking. I'm not
technically
sleeping in the
have
car.
that option. A lot of people are not comfortable asking for help, Mom. I'm just telling you.
I understand that. Help with like, yo, I'm fucked up this month. Help me pay my rent. I'm talking about you have nowhere. It's your car and that's it.
A lot of people will choose their car. It happens all the time.
That is crazy. I'm walking up to my homie door, clothes in hand, nigga. I'm not sleeping in no fucking car.
Matter of fact, I know where the key's at.
Yeah, my homie got the crib, cable, all kind of shit is warm in it. Get the
Some
fuck.
people are embarrassed.
My pride ain't that. Nah, you
very
crazy as
embarrassing.
fuck.
People are,
Nah, hell nah. I'm knocking right on homie door, man. Watch out, nigga. Move over.
I suppose.
And I'm using your products, nigga. Just this Dove.
Well, I mean, I've never heard of the Tinder strategy, so this is a new one. Shout out to Shorty.
Yeah,
It's a good way to get a meal.
I mean, I don't even know if this gentleman asked for. He just asked us if we've that's ever happened to us.
That's never happened
No,
to us, fool.
it's never happened to us. So I mean,
If we had, we would talk about it on this podcast you listen to.
but you know, you sound like you had a great time,
It
great
may have
night.
happened to y'all and y'all don't know.
Well, not me.
Now that I'm thinking, I've probably went on a date or messed with a chick that didn't have a home. It was like
No.
either sleeping in a car or couch surfing.
That's different. Are we talking about in a car?
Maybe.
I've never dated a girl that was living in her car.
I've never dated a man that was living in his car because he had to come pick me up and I didn't see like his belongings in the car.
We not
Yeah,
doing
we
that.
Put everything in the
She
trunk.
ain't looking in the trunk. Like she ain't see the
That trunk was a mess.
She ain't-
Sleeping bag, canteen.
Stop, man. Why you
What is it?
You Rambo? Like, what is he doing? Like canteen. Just get a bottle of
hold
water.
a lot of water.
Just get a bottle of water. A canteen. You
What
drink
you
it out
gotta
of a
think? You're doing the
canteen.
gym membership thing. That's the only
Man.
$15 you want to do. That you can fill his canteen up.
Yo,
There, keep
having
it-
the canteen in the car is fucking crazy. Imagine I get your car, Rory, you got a canteen. I'm like, yo, where you going?
Stay hydrated. Take a
canteen.
lot of rest stops.
Oh my God.
But I guarantee y'all have fucked some homeless people and you don't know it. I think that's more common than we think.
Homeless or living in your car? Homeless is
What's
like
better?
No, homeless is
I'll take the car.
No, homeless is I'm staying with somebody right now. I'm living with my cousin, friend, whatever.
Mm.
In the car, homeless, like
How many girls do
No.
you think you slept with that have had to sleep in the park in their lifetime?
That's
All right,
Rory's wayward dick
all right,
ass.
man.
You just gotta let him
All right,
rock.
dog. Yo, who you think I'm dating? Like, what
You were a
talking about?
teenager at one point. You don't always know every girl
Bro,
you deal with
I've
a home
never-
situation.
I've never dated a girl that was sleeping in the park, Rory.
Rory has it. He don't want to share.
That's the
sure
ones
I
he
have,
looked for.
yeah.
He walked the park. Like,
What the-
he's like, yo, so what's up?
And
You come here often?
And instead of helping, be like, hey, come in the house. I'll just sleep next to them. We in
Have
this
you-
together.
Yeah, Rory trying to make it personal. Yo, you've dated a girl. I've never
No, I just
dated a
know
girl.
I've dated girl. Well, not dated.
Rory,
I
you've
I
never
fucked with
dated a
girls
girl that lived in a park, bro.
That had not lived.
You slept with a girl that lived in an abandoned house?
Not lived. I'm sure I've fucked with one that has slept in an abandoned house.
Yo, what is wrong with you? Yo?
I don't like.
How did you? Where was you
Do you
at?
think
in your
every
life?
kid has like a fucking 2-parent household and shit? Like some
No, what is he? Abandoned house. I'm talking about that
like
building.
a certain. I'm not saying she lived in the park, but I'm sure there was nights when she slept in a park before. That's not that fucking crazy.
Why would she be?
You
sleeping?
have friends that have slept in a park before, so like, how is that
I've
crazy
also
that
never
they don't have
slept
sex?
with them. Like, what are you talking about?
But they had sex with somebody.
While they were living in sleeping in a park.
Oh, I'm not saying it was happening currently. I don't know.
They had did it before.
They had did it
is
before.
what Rory
Is what I'm
saying.
saying.
Oh, okay. I thought he talking about like they
No,
just
I
left
didn't
his
fuck her
crib.
and say, "Yo, get out of my
and
house and go back to the park."
I thought that's what.
No.
That's why I'm looking at him like, yo, what are you saying?
Okay, all right. We had a miscommunication. I was
Yeah.
so shocked that you were shocked at what I was saying. No, I've never like fucked a chick in my house and I knew she was living in a park and I said, go back to the park.
So that's
no,
what
I've never done
So
that.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you'd be wild for that.
No,
That's
I've
crazy.
never
That's
done-
what
I've
I'm
never
saying. I'm
done
like, yo, so you just let her go back to the swings? Like, what's up with you? Like, yo, what type of man
No,
are you?
I've never done
That's
that.
what I. Okay, so that's what I miscommunication.
No, I'm
was
just
at.
talking about like women that have been in bad situations, especially when I was younger.
Oh,
I knew a
okay,
lot of girls that-
yeah.
And those were, usually the girls that liked
All right,
me.
that's different. That's different. Yeah,
that I'm
yeah.
sure had a
Yeah,
few
we don't-
nights in some weird fucking places.
Okay, that's different. We don't know everybody's situation, but I thought you meant like
No,
you
like-
knew.
no, we-
like she's leaving here and going back to the
No, I
monkey
didn't finish
bars.
and we was laying there. She's like, all right, well,
Yeah, I thought that's what you. Yeah,
do you have a spare blanket?
it's cold out there tonight. Like,
No, man.
That's terrible.
What type of animal do you think
you
I
give
am?
them a to-go bag and just let her walk out. Like, yo, you crazy.
Would your
bro.
mom let a girl, like if you got a girlfriend and like she ended up like being homeless, like would your mother
Yeah.
let her move in?
That's my mom.
Absolutely.
My mom let at least 3 or 4 friends of mine in high school live with us at various times.
Absolutely.
Yeah, my mom.
My mom was that type
100%.
of mom. Like she would have no problem. doing
My
it.
man Isamu, he lived with us. He definitely like passed the time limit my mom would allow us. He was there for almost 4 or 5 months
Yeah.
in the crib. Yeah,
Yeah, my mom was.
and he was a big Asian, not a small Asian.
My mom didn't care. As long as everything was clean, she didn't care.
Peach, let's mark that, please.
Wait. Why did you
Oh
mark
my
that?
God.
He was a big Asian. What does that mean?
He said not as like a regular, like small
Yeah, like
Asian.
to have somebody in your living room for that long that's like not a small high school kid. Like he was a big dude.
You could have just said
like,
a
his
big kid,
presence
but you
was
said a
felt.
big Asian because you know that that's rare.
This nigga had Yao Ming sleeping in his room.
No. Wide Yao Ming, not tall Yao Ming.
Yeah, Yokozuna.
Yes.
Yeah, Yokozuna. Yeah, my moms didn't care. As long as we kept the place clean, my moms didn't give a fuck. We just had to make sure everything was clean. That was it.
But no, my mom would take in anybody if they needed it for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Do we have another voicemail?
My mama ain't want me there, much less nobody fucking else.
Okay. I have a question for you, beautiful, wonderful, wonderful people. What is the wildest song that you guys would have sex to? Whether you've done it already or not. And the reason why I'm asking this is I was on the hub last night and I couldn't comprehend mentally what I was I wasn't ready for what I heard when I clicked on the video. I was expecting, just the standard rigmarole. And come to find out when I click on the video, all I hear is Andre 3000 giving a soliloquy on Life of the Party by Kanye West. It baffled me. So that's the reason why I come to you with this question.
First of all, you're sick for calling it the hub. That's a different level of porn cult. I assume he's talking about Pornhub, right?
Yes.
I was on the hub. That's sick. Clearly I fucked to the sounds of crickets in a park. So who am I to judge? I don't know. I lost my virginity to a Lloyd Banks mixtape. I think I'm kind of out of this entire thing.
Yeah,
there's not a single song that would stop me from fucking if I wanted to.
That's
I
like
don't even
porn.
hear
That's like
songs.
porn. That's like the background of porn music is like Lloyd Banks. Like when you watch hood porn.
What? You be on the hub going crazy
No,
like that?
I don't like porn with music, but when you click on hood porn, it's always some bullshit like that.
Oh,
in the background. Not bullshit. Oh my God, I'm sorry, Lloyd Banks, but that type of shit.
Internet got us all shook. You didn't say anything wrong.
No, okay, just making sure.
I haven't watched enough hood porn to that's not really a thing that when I click
It's
on
always some rap
it's gonna be
music.
some mixtape rap shit happening about
Or
it.
or the person who's in the porn is rapping not while he's having sex, but it's his mixtape.
I was like,
What porn are y'all watching?
That I've seen that
That's a
before
good
when it's
rollout.
some local music or the dude from down the street gave him a mixtape and he you never heard local rap in porn before? I have.
Speaking of, didn't Lloyd Banks, Snoop Dogg, and Who Kid start their own porn company where they would do they weren't fucking, but they were.
I could see that. It's a multi-billion-dollar business. Why not?
Yeah, I don't know if it ever came. I remember that being a thing though, that they were starting a porn company where they would. Young M.A. did that for a while.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she was doing
I
that.
can see people getting into that.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good rollout to just be rapping while people fucking.
Nah,
But-
one dude had the how you make the videos on the block with the microphone and all that. He was rapping, and then he opened up the moving truck, and his man was in there having sex with a girl. I just thought that his rollout
Did he put
was amazing.
his license plate and the truck company and everything on?
I just thought that rollout was crazy. It made me want to download this whole project. I'm like, this dude is a visionary.
He's a creative genius.
Yeah, I'm like, they just having sex right there in the moving truck while you in the middle of the street rapping. Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah. I don't know if I could think of the craziest one too. The craziest one I would think it would be Marvin Sapp, Take Me to the King, but that's not what I had sex to.
Be
If I had
beautiful.
to think of one to do it to, it would be that. But I already told you I had sex to I Get Money remix. So the fuck you laughing at?
I mean, I don't know. Once you've fucked to Law and Order SVU background, is there a song that's gonna stop you?
There's nothing that's gonna stop you.
Every infomercial, Magic Bullet.
Yeah. You know how many
I
times I've had sex to American Ninja Warrior being on the TV? I'm like, oh, he's gonna break the tie. He's gonna break the record.
You going against him?
Yeah, we both in the motherfucking gauntlet right now. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, every situation of family in the other room talking, you can hear everything. Life of the Party's not stopping me.
No.
Matter of fact, great choice.
I don't care what's playing. Once it's time, it's time.
Are y'all easily distracted in that way?
During
From
sex?
sounds during sex? Yeah.
Only when you think you hear somebody putting keys on her door.
Yeah, that's the
That's the only sound. That's the only sound that's gonna be everything stops. That's
Hold on.
sometimes the apartments is too close to each other, so it's
Door
that
sound.
key in your door or the other door.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. But other than that, I mean, I'm locked in. I try to distract myself so I don't come too quick, but sounds wise,
Yeah.
it's
You do your ABC. You count?
I've never done count.
I don't expect you
I
to
just
do
try to
anything
find
literary.
shit in the room to lock in on.
Rory be like, yeah, she need to paint this ceiling.
Yeah, no,
Yo, you need to really, you know what I'm saying, a nice white coat over that.
And then it makes for good cuddle conversation afterwards. Like I'm
Hey,
observing.
looking at the ceiling.
Like I was just trying not to.
I know somebody that could do all of this.
Yeah, this crown molding would be so easy.
Crown molding. What the
You
fuck?
could put a ceiling fan right here.
This should be an accent wall, actually. I was thinking like,
You could steal a cable right from this side of the wall. That's where my mind be at.
oh man.
But I mean, that's only when I'm in a house. Park wise, it's definitely just looking out for pedestrians and shit.
Mm.
So
Demaris, you let niggas hit with their socks on?
it's a weird thing to like observe. And
Are we on
stop.
rug? Because I got a lot of ass. You can't hit with your socks on hardwood. You gonna fall. So
Nah, you gotta have the socks with the little grippies on the bottom of them.
where the fuck is he at?
He
Like
came
get
prepared.
air? Yeah, get air. No, yeah, you gotta.
Yeah, that's why you still owe some the bouncy rooms. You take those with you when you leave. You need those at the crib.
It's funny Demaris mentioned that because I got myself a pair of those for Catch Air, which is an indoor playground.
Yeah.
And that was the first thing I thought when I put them on
The
for the
grip.
first time and went through my own hardwood floor. I was like, oh, these is like shoes.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's like,
Need those on.
I was like, this is like when the porn stars wear Tim's and this shit.
Absolutely.
Like this has some.
Yeah, it got some
Some grip
traction.
to it.
Got some traction, yeah.
But that's sick. Like to me, if you don't have a kid, that's like the girl that walks around with a bunch of condoms. You're like, yo, that's kind of nuts that you walk around with that many condoms. If a dude just pulls out the grippy socks, like out the gate, out his drawer, like, what do you be doing?
I'm gonna think
You just had those like ready next to your
Next to the
bed.
regular socks, yeah.
because back in the day, because that used to be a sign that you were mentally ill.
Wearing socks.
No, the grippy sock. Oh my lord.
Yo, imagine if you got a socks and niggas be like, yo, he's retarded.
They ran out of helmets.
Just because you got socks on.
Mark it.
Yo, you talking about the grippy socks?
Yes.
That was a sign of what? Mental what? Illness?
Mental ill, like you had got 304 or what is it called when they check you into the 550?
Wait,
Just because I have grippy socks on?
Because when you're in the mental institute,
the apron
they
didn't give it away?
you- when you're in the mental institute, they give you grippy socks, and you usually go home with them. So before the
Okay.
get air places and stuff like that, where grippy socks became a thing because people go to those. No, if a man had grippy socks, just like it's like, oh, you probably tried to kill yourself before. Like that's what that.
No,
was.
I'm trying to kill his pussy. That's what I'm trying to do. I ain't trying to kill myself. You got wood floors. I'm trying to kill that pussy tonight.
why are grippy socks not sold in like prisons? I'm wearing grippy socks in the shower if that's the case. Like if there's a fight, I need grippy socks on at
You're-
all times in
You're
prison.
still gonna fall in the shower with grippy socks. They don't
Rory,
grip-
the last thing you need to be worrying about in prison is wearing grippy socks in the shower.
You don't think traction is important in prison?
Yeah, I do. I think a lot of things.
I'm not getting caught slipping. I got the grippy socks on me.
No, you can still.
What Cole say?
Yeah,
Yo, it's
all right.
grippy.
Yeah, all right, you can still get caught slipping with the grippy socks on. In prison, absolutely.
But I won't fall as quick.
They not worried about your feet.
Yo, you good?
I'm just
I was talking
saying.
about fights, not that weird shit you talk about.
Why else you think you would be fighting in the shower for your manhood?
No, it just was the time that the fight popped off. It's
Yeah,
the first time we saw each other. It's butt ass.
Butt ass.
And
I ain't got to
and
fight
he ain't got-
nobody that bad, bro.
He's barefoot.
Nah.
I ain't
You
got
butt
beef.
ass,
That
I'm
I ain't
not
got that
fighting
much beef. I got to fight you while you naked. We ain't got that much.
And we're in prison. We have nothing but time.
Yeah.
Let's just find another place.
I'll catch you outside at rec, bro. I'm not fighting you in the shower.
Yeah,
We're not
why
doing
that isn't like just a universal unwritten prison law to me is insane.
Yeah, like
Like
you can't fight in the
guys,
shower.
we have other places that we could do this.
No, because that's the part. It's easiest to catch somebody slipping, no pun intended, in the shower.
Till you slip and fall on your own shank. That'd be my clumsy ass. Like I would fall in the shower and stab
You
myself.
suicidal ass.
Yeah.
Slip and fall on your own shank.
Oh man.
Not with the grippy socks though.
No, speaking of
ASAP
sleeping,
wouldn't have slipped on the cum if he had the grips on.
speaking of sleeping in your cars, didn't the girl Dawn from In Vogue? She came out and said she's
Oh
she actually
yeah.
sleeps in her car. I saw that. And then there was people in the comments that I think obviously have worked with before, know her, and they were kind of speaking to like she's a bad person and she ruins
Damn.
relationships with everybody. Everybody that works with her has, bad things to say about her. And I was just reading up on it because I was kind of confused. Like In Vogue, like they got multi-platinum hit records and shit like that. And I know obviously, record deals are not, always lucrative for artists. And then I do believe back in the day In Vogue had an interview where they said they only received like, I think 2 cents per album sold or something like that.
Her ex-husband offered a job in the hospitality industry for her.
And she didn't want it.
I don't know if she took it or not, but he
Well,
said,
obviously.
like, when he heard her say that, he just offered it.
Oh, he just offered it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. Hopefully, you know,
Said her husband? Ex-husband?
it would have to be her ex-husband, though.
Her ex-husband, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's remarried.
Well, hopefully, you know, she gets back on her feet and send her prayers and, you know, blessings because, you know, you see people like that you obviously, you know, listened to and supported at one point, and then they fall in hard times. And especially as a woman, sleeping in your car, traveling is a dangerous thing. So
That's where my pride's kicking in, though. I'm going to continue sleeping in that car if my ex-wife offers me a job.
Yeah. Y'all ain't watched Soul Food? I'm good. Mm-mm.
Not taking that gig.
You
Especially
wouldn't
and
take
you
a gig?
and you remarried? Fuck that. I'm sleeping in that car.
pride. I like
Yeah.
No, I like it. I'm on board with you.
Y'all remember in Soul Food when Bird got her husband a job with her ex? How would y'all have handled that?
the same way he did?
That happened in
You fucking this nigga? He ain't giving me no job for free.
The fuck is this? Wow, we just went to dinner. That's all.
We went to dinner. It's always dinner.
With the diamond bracelet on, she was tripping.
I thought Jill Scott was tripping in Why Did I Get Married Too with the new husband. No, he has cancer. I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a flying fuck, actually.
He got money in health insurance. The fuck you got to be here for?
Yeah, she was tripping.
And then got me the job. Yeah, I would have felt the same way. As a man, like, no. I'm sitting there my first day at cop school and shit, and they're like, yo, you came highly recommended. And then say your ex-husband's name? Yeah, fucking Chris Dorner, everybody.
Yeah, that soul food shit was different only because he thought he got the job on his own.
Yeah.
So did what's his name in Why Did I Get Married Too?
Troy.
Troy, yeah. Troy thought the same thing. Whole time fucking old chemo over there got it for him.
Yeah, see, women be playing a dangerous game.
Yeah, I would never play that game.
She was tripping in that. And granted, from the first movie, she turned into the abuser. The abuse turned the abuser in that shit. That was nuts.
Yeah, because if a woman, if a man did that to you,
imagine
his ex-girl got you your job.
Imagine you find that out at your first day of work, and you leave your first day after finally feeling like a man. You got back on your feet. You were forced to move from Colorado to Atlanta because of your girl. You find that out. You go to confront dude at his house because you know where he lives. He's always lingering around my motherfucking family.
Mm-hmm.
I know where you stay at. You knock on the door and your wife is in the apartment.
Oh.
And her excuse is, it's not what it looks like. He has cancer. Tyler Perry didn't write the real ending to that movie.
Yeah, there was definitely some DV somewhere. There was definitely some DV.
The fuck?
I ain't even playing them games. Nope.
Can't play those games.
You
That's
can't play
dangerous.
them
That's a
games.
dangerous game to play.
Tomorrow, new music. We are recording this on a Thursday. I'm going to say allegedly, because we never know with Playboi Carti. I Am Music is dropping at midnight. When you're listening to this, it is out now. I've seen 1,000 different featured lists, all different. So I'm not even going to say any that are here. I'm going to give it a shot.
Cardi?
Yeah.
No, you not, man.
I am. I'm desperately trying to understand why he's so popular. Because artists that I don't particularly care for, I get why they are popular. I understand it.
I'm with you on that.
This one I haven't quite figured out yet. And it's not in a hating way. I want to know what I'm missing because so many people like this.
Yeah. I'm gonna get into the music and try to get into it and see like what the craze is about. But the album is coming out. We knew that they wasn't gonna drop the ball on this and let the pre-orders go back to the customers. We knew that wasn't gonna happen. So
listen, I hope I'm wrong. I mean, I've sort of given Playboi Carti a chance, not really enough. Like XXX Tentacion, I didn't give him a fair shot when he was alive, when he passed. Bunch of people that I respect music opinions sent me his music. I was like, oh, I was wrong as fuck. This kid is so talented.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm gonna really sit with this Carti album and try to get it.
He's one of the two artists that I tried to get into and listen to and understand, and I'm not there. Him, Playboi Carti, and Rod Wave.
I
can't understand.
I get the Rod Wave just based off the writing and like a demographic that would be attached to that type of emo writing. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it shocked me that he was doing like arenas, I was like, oh damn, I had his fan base fucked up. He's way more popular than I thought.
That's what I'm saying.
But-
I had no idea.
Yes, I can see a lot of people being attached to that type of stuff, but I don't know.
All right, we'll talk to y'all soon. Be safe, be blessed. I'm that nigga. He's just ginger. Peace.